All right, so we did have the third and fourth mastery translated notes on Orangemushroom already, but it was like a day later than usual because it's so much and Max is doing a lot of work with that. So again, hats off to Max. Good job at Orangemushroom. But I also knew that the next test server was already on Thursday. So by the time I had time to look at this, it was already Monday or Tuesday. And I was like, well, if I just wait a few extra days, then it's going to be... the next update is already going to be there with a bunch of news again. So I figured I'll just compile the two into one. And we're going to look at both at the same time. So the first test server of December 9th and the second one, or 8th and 12th probably, respectively. And put them together and see what the current state of the test server is in Korea. And it'll probably be a lot closer to what is going to be happening for the live server in Korea, which will be next Thursday. Plus, there are way more details in this update here that are not just the Mastery course, but there's also changes to the Mastery course. So I think it's good to combine them, because also I don't like to do like the breaking news and the alarming, like look at this thing that this other region did that we may completely not get, just to get people riled up. Usually not too much about that, so I usually like to look a little bit more when they're closer to what's actually coming to the game. But it's good to look at the general direction that they're headed. And I hope there's some, developer notes here and there to give a little bit of backstory on why they picked certain things. But there's definitely some surprises with the boost nodes. We saw, the animations that are already reacted to, but there's also some very much expected boost nodes and some that they didn't have much choice because the characters don't really have many skills left, or they had a lot of skills left and they threw all of them in there. So very much... a little bit of everything for the third and fourth mastery core. Sorry, that's it, boost nodes, mastery nodes. But that does mean that some people might have to make some extra boost nodes in the fee matrix to make sure that they can even unlock their third and fourth masteries. But it's not too much from what I saw. So over here, so this is the current one. This is the one from last Thursday, and then because of time zone, releases on Friday, and because of time zone again, I go over it on Saturday. This is like general quality of life stuff. This is, I believe, 99% all mastery cores. So I'm gonna go over the current quality of life things in the newest test server first. And then once we get to the additions and the changes to the mastery cores, then I'll look at the mastery cores here and overlap them with each other. And just to have them completely up to date from the first and the second test server together. And hopefully for both of that'll be pretty close to what they will be looking like next week when they go live in Korea. So here we go. Get ready. So the bunch of the things were announced in the next showcase. It's called Next. It's not coming. So the Crossworld, Maple Auction, Mezzo Market, all that stuff. So you get here, the Maple Auction will be integrated into 3 groups, allowing equipment, cash, items, trading between the different worlds in each group. So one group will have, there's a bunch more worlds in Korea still that are well populated. So for us, that wouldn't be a thing. Eos and Helios are the new names for the old reboot servers, which if you know, might know or may not know, have been transitioning, especially with this update now, completely into non-reboot worlds as well, which they didn't want to do for GMS. That's why we specifically got Go West, and that's why we got a lot more attention going to Heroic and to our balancing now, because Korea is not going to be balancing for reboot and non-reboot like separately anymore. They're just doing only non-reboot worlds there anymore. So that's why there's that difference between the two. And then there's challengers. There's actually 4 challenger worlds. Okay. For people who didn't see that, basically the upgraded new Burning World. However, you cannot use the bulk purchase feature or cash items from other worlds. Item registering, reclaiming, and receiving payments can only be done in the world where the item was registered for sale. Okay, makes sense. Maple Auction UI will now display the current Maple points. Your world will now be displayed on the left of the character name currently connected to the Maple auction. And this is probably as well because they were going to allow this to be connected through an app that you have in KMS that you have on your phone, so you can keep trading as well when you're on the go. So if you're playing in a lot of different worlds, it's good to double check where you are and what you're picking up. Feature has been added when searching for items that lets you search for items only from the current connected world. Okay, so you can still bulk purchase, right? And items for other worlds would be displayed with a special label on the top left of the icon. Gotcha, okay. When buying items from other worlds, an additional fee of Maple points equal to 10% of the item price will be consumed. The minimum fee is set at 10 Maple points. Maple point fee conversion rate will be updated every day at 10 a.m. Items from other worlds cannot be bought from 9:55 to 10:05 a.m. while the conversion rate is being updated. So whether or not this is coming to GMS and how it's coming, well, is completely unsure yet. I hope that it does come because, you know, when Niru stipulated all of his problems with the GMS worlds, a lot of it had to do with the accessibility of items and tradability and some other stuff. And most of the other stuff they actually did address after they kind of took Niru off the front page and made sure that he couldn't be on there anymore and downplayed his achievement and took him off of a lot of the things. But at the same time, they did address most of the issues that he did mention in that big update after that. But one of the big things that's still a problem is finding parties and finding items without merging all of the interactive worlds in GMS specifically. And they said that they are not excluding that as a possibility, but they probably were trying. They said they were going to try other things first because it's a huge mess to try to merge worlds together. And they probably were talking about this, like the shared auction house and the with the server cross-server auction house, cross-server mesomarket, cross-server bossing, because that would help a lot of people solve those problems already. And then if the problems still persist after, or it brings in extra problems, you can always still do the merge after, but the merge is a lot of effort. And if this is already coming into the code, they probably just want to wait and see if this is a good enough fix for the current issues. If there are any items in unclaimed, you have a claim existing auction items button, and there's some date stuff here because of the combining. And then there's Crossworld Meso Market, so that's where you can exchange Meso for Maple points and the other way around. You can't do this, so what you can do technically, if you have in the same account and you're even playing in Heroic or in any of the, or in Hyperion or on Kronos, on any of the Heroic worlds, what you can do is, if you're in the same account, you do have something on an account on Interactive, you could, if the Meso there, trade in the Meso Market for Maple points, and then you have the Maple points accessible to you to purchase things in Hyperion or Kronos. You'll have them available there as well, because the Maple points are account-wide. So that is already a possibility. Of course, it's difficult, and you can't really make that much money very easily in interactive worlds, not compared to how much we make at Kronos. So the Maple points wouldn't be excessive, but there is a way of getting those quote-unquote for free, basically. I'm surprised they have not brought an X for Meso exchange to Heroic. I think legally that's probably hard to build in, because they already have an X for Maple points, so then you have an X for Maple points for Meso, and then it gets really tricky to not, well, yeah, it becomes pretty much directly pay to win with just one little step in between. I think it'll be too on the nose, and I think they get a lot of blowback if they did, honestly. But they haven't even suggested it yet, probably correctly gauging how much blowback there would be if they did that. Meso Market will be integrated into 2 groups, facilitating transactions in each group. So basically, they put the challengers into group 1 for that. Again, yeah, I don't play on KMS, so I don't know exactly if that's like a better or worse conversation there. When trade is in progress in each group, you cannot apply for a trade, cancel a trade, or receive Mesos and Maple points in any world other than the one you applied for the trade in. You can apply for up to 100 trades per day per Maple ID. It's some kind of botting protection, but 100 is a lot. So, maximum trade amount for buying and selling Mesos has been changed to 100 bill. The average trade price has been changed to display the average price of the most recently traded 100 bill, and the instant trade price has been changed to display for the price required for 100 mil, 1 bill, 10 bill trades based on the current offers, basically. Instant trade search feature has been added, which lets you check the price required to conclude a trade with the set quantity. Okay. Can be used periodically. After applying for a trade, you can now check the status of your current trade and completed trade details, and claim the amounts for certain completed trade while have other trades in progress. Wowie. Okay. I guess I could do this. There's market. Correction feature has been added. Okay, okay. Ah, the actual Genesis weapon conditions. Okay. Genesis. Okay, so they specifically said that they were going to change it, and you could potentially speed it up from 8 months to 3 months, but the details were not truly out there yet. So here are the details. So it will seem that the Genesis Liberation Mission completion conditions of defeating the Genesis Egg, Genesis Egg, nice, the Crux, I believe, right, we call it, have been changed. Conditions have been changed. Yep, to defeating the Black Mage and his commanders to from defeating the Black Mage and his commanders to extract traces of darkness. The Genesis Battle of Destiny and afterwards quest completion condition of defeating the Genesis Crux has been removed. The completion condition of extracting 500 traces of darkness has been added to the Genesis Trace of the Lion King Von Leon quest. For each commander's remnant quest, the traces of darkness required will increase based on difficulty. Makes sense? Traces of darkness can be accumulated up to 1500. Traces of darkness that exceed the current in-progress commander quest can be used for the subsequent commander quests. Okay, so you can do this in 1 month, and then this almost in 2 months, going into this one. Wait. Could be accumulated up to 1500. So this would be 1 month. This would be 1 month. I think it just stacks up to 500, or up to 1500. We'll see. Users who currently have a commander's remnant quest in progress and have already defeated the Genesis Crux will have a change so that they will have acquired 100% of the traces of darkness required to clear the commander's remnant quest. Existing Black Mage's remnant items will be removed. Characters who had them will be changed so that they have acquired 100% of the traces of darkness required to clear that commander's remnant quest. Okay. Makes sense. Traces of darkness can be extracted by defeating the Black Mage and his commanders above a certain difficulty. Yeah, okay. And like I thought, Black Mage will be the 500, and then you can just do it instantly. Or you just have to do the other bosses. Yes, if you could barely do Von Leon, you could do some of the other bosses per week. But yeah, 50. It starts with normal, Lotus, Damien, easy. You're just like 20. So this is 50. Yeah, so if you're trying to do it without the Black Mage, you have to be pretty strong. Black Mage monthly, 4.5 weeks. Let's say like 120. Like that's like 120 weekly. So you get more than that. You need to do 20, 30, 90 more, 40, 50 more. You have to kill everything under normal Vihila every week to get the same amount of progress as doing just Black Mage. To liberate. If you can start doing normal Vihila or... Wait, Extreme Lotus is the same as Hard Lotus and... Okay, it's an interesting point distribution there. This does not scale insanely well. Yeah, speeding up the progression past Black Mage, you're still very much gonna want to clear Black Mage. But I guess this will promote people even on the weaker characters to run 6-man pugs. Like if you can run Heart of Vihela, Heart Darknell, Heart of Will, Oh, Slime is not in here at all because he's just not part of the test, so they don't add him. Okay. If you could do these bosses on a weekly basis, because you can't double dip on these, right? So like up until here, yeah. Then you get 100, 230, 230, 150, 380, 470. Then you get 470 a week instead of 500 a month. And that will speed things up quite a bit, yeah. And if you do BM on top of that, if you can find a run. It's divided by people in the party. That makes it really... That really makes it barely speed up, though. When you defeat a boss, the trace of darkness will be divided and extracted evenly based on the number of people who enter the boss. So even for red daughters. Damn. If you've seen some confusion about these changes in particular, you can start and complete all of the Justice Weapon quests without defeating Black Mage at all. And the traces of darkness are divided by all party members that entered with you, even if they are... Oh, even if they're liberated and even if they're red. Okay. For example, my screenshot above, I cleared normal Lotus with 1 liberated party member, and I only received 5 traces of darkness instead of the full 10. Yeah, because you're still getting carried, so they're still... Or they'll see it as a party effort, so they won't give you the full... So it's like 6 manning hard Vihela will only give you 15. That'll give you the same as like soloing easy Lucid. But if you can solo hard Lucid, it gives you 65 extra. Yeah, that when they show like the 3 months, that's definitely not going to be the average. I feel like the average is still going to be like 7 months. Like most people are going to liberate between like 6 to 8 months, I feel. Maybe a non-reboot is like very different because you can just pre-buy the gear and buy the fragments, so you can progress way faster. But I feel like in heroic and reboot, like most people probably only cut like 1 to 2 months off the liberation. Like near the end, you might cut like a month or 2 off, I'm guessing. Maybe 3. But I'd be surprised if the majority of people who live, especially on like weaker secondary characters, if they will really speed it up a lot. You could probably start doing hard. Yeah. Start doing maybe normal 10A. But like, yeah, if you have to trio it, it's still better to solo for your progression. If you can duo, it's about the same. It's about this one is for a trio. This one, hard will is kind of crazy though, because it goes from easy will gives you 15 to hard will gives you 75. Normal will gives you 25. So if you can trio hard will, it'll be the same as normal will. So that's definitely worth scaling up on because of pitch as well. You know, I mean, it's good to see those numbers. I don't know if they'll increase them by the time they go live next week. It does feel a little bit difficult to really scale up in any kind of significant way from this. I guess they wanted people to have an additional path to speed it up, but not too much. These numbers might be adjusted in the future. I don't know if this is what will go live, but at this point, yeah, don't expect like, oh, all my 8-month liberations are just going to be 3 months now for free. It seems like that's going to be pretty hard to scale it down to that. Because it does get divided by just every person in the party. So you can't just, you know, moonwalk your way to 3-month liberation on any character now. You're still going to have significant funding on it, or a really meticulously planned path to get to that point. Profession harvesting, farm level limit changes. Profession skill related quests beginning levels have been changed to level 100. Existing level 35 to 99 characters that learn profession skills can continue to use profession skills. Oh. Harvesting farm's entry level limit has been changed to level 100. For 0, you must complete the 0 chapter. Okay. Quest improvements for criteria for skipping. Arcane, River, Grandis, area story quests have been expanded to be per Maple ID. Oh, they mentioned that, yeah. If there's at least one character within an ID that has completed an Arcane, River, Grandis area quest, the other characters within Maple ID will be able to view the story summary without completing the pre-quests or instantly complete them. The existing story can feature viewing the stories. Okay, but So nothing has changed. If you already start one quest, you still have to complete it? Or can they fix that too, please? Because I have some random characters that I started like random quests on years ago, but then I still can't, you know, auto-complete it because there's like one quest in. But if there's 0 quests in, I can completely. Damn it. It seems like they're not mentioning that here. Viewing story summary will be renamed to the view summary feature. A new story skip feature that lets you complete the pre-quest immediately without viewing the story summary has been added. Okay, thank you. At least they did that. Okay, they did a... So skip is actually skip now. Okay, that's what we were asking for. And there's a view summary, which is the current skip. And then there's the just do normally if you want to. And per ID instead of per... world, right? When you view the story summary or skip it, all related quests will be completed and you'll be given all item rewards, however you'll not be given an experience, of course. The criteria for being able to use certain boss content that has pre-quest has been expanded from world to ID as well. There's at least one character within the idea that's completed the pre-quest for a Kaung, that's Omni CLN, right? Papulatus, Von Leon, Arc, Pink Bean, Cygnus, Magnus, or Guardian Angel Slime. Other characters in the Maple ID will be able to use the boss content without having to do it separate. Boss pre-quests, nice. Like, maybe they'll add Akachi Mitsuhide and Princess No to that as well for GMS, hopefully. Rubus story skip feature has been added if there's at least one character, blah blah blah. Skip feature, noise, noise, noise. Simple quests and improvements. Okay, let's see. Daily... Simple daily quests have been simplified. The grandest daily quest completion conditions will gradually decrease to defeating 500, 300, and 100 monsters of the corresponding area's monsters, based on the number of areas above it that have been unlocked. If you have any grandest daily quests in progress, then you probably have to finish them. Oh, your progress records will be reset. Insane. So you have to kill another 100 after that? Inhumane, dude. Okay. We're getting Chaser? Maybe? That's a TMS thing, so things for TMS tend to trickle down to us, but at a completely irregular pace, so that's something that we keep an eye on, but when and how is always huge question marks. Sometimes, most of the time we do get some of it though. But like, we got the Abyssal Expedition from there, from TMS, but they already had 4 seasons of that, and we've only gotten 1. So it is a, it's definitely not a one-to-one thing. So it's always a, yeah, it's always a guessing game. And then we have Simple Quick Path costs have been discounted. Okay, because you don't need to do as much, so it should be cheaper as well to autocomplete. Makes sense. Grandest Daily Quests instant completion costs will gradually decrease to 1,600 or 200 Maple points based on the number of areas above. So 200 Maple points per 100 monsters. That's... okay. I mean, I guess that's 20 cents per 100 monsters. So $1 for every 500 monsters insta-killed. Arcane River Daily Quest instant completion costs will gradually decrease to 1,600 and 200 as well. Number of arcane symbols provided when clearing Arcane River special content per run has been increased from 15 to 40. Okay, so instead of 45 symbols a week per character for doing a weekly in an area, it's going to be 120. That is nice. Okay, and then Monster Park. Oh. Let's see. Monster Park Extreme has been changed into weekly content. Oh yeah, that part we already knew, right? It's been improved so that you can clear it on 2 characters per world, once per character. Clear records will be reset every Thursday, so Wednesday to Thursday reset. The amount of experience given upon clearing has been increased by 400%. So increased by 400%, so now it's 5 times the EXP. The Sunday 1.5x EXP benefit will no longer be applied. Oh, damn. We thought we were going to get the same EXP by just running it on Sunday. And then we would get 7.5 versus 6 times plus 1.5. And we get the same EXP per week on every character, but just double it up. Sunday Maple's Monster Park Clear Experience benefit will no longer be applied to Monster Park Extreme. Oh, those are actually big punches in the face. So no more like event No more plus 250%. I guess these kind of things still apply though. Like this one, if you use the Monster Park Clear EXP, this one would still apply. But no more plus 250% and no more plus 50% base on Sunday. So that does mean that it will be a reduction in EXP per character by a non-negligible amount. I mean, basically we'll get 2/3 per character of what we get now. But if you do it on 2 characters, you'll get about 1.5 times as much in total. And you only have to run it twice instead of 7 times. So it is a time saver and a gain. But no more of those big juicy Sundays with 3.5 times the EXP. So technically you get 5 days of EXP and we lose 2 days worth. Seems like a bad nerf to me. So typically what happens now is that you get 5 days worth of EXP per characters, but you could do it on 2 characters. So you get 10 days worth of EXP now compared to 7.5 days worth of EXP before. So the total EXP to your account went up by 33.33%, not accounting for, that's accounting for this, but not accounting for this. So it's about 1/3 more EXP to your account, but per character, the EXP went down by 25%. Again, not accounting for this. Accounting for this, it'll be a lower increase and a higher decrease. Monster Park Extreme UI has been changed for the characters that have cleared this week, and we moved to Memories tab. Achievement will be moved to Memories tab. Oh, the one for doing it like 100 times in a row. Well, rip for the people who achievement hunted that one, which might be me as one of them. Yeah. If you miss a few days a week, then it won't be nearly as much of a hit, of course. Yeah. Characters of Killer Monster Park Extreme. Blah, blah, blah. Can also play the newly changed weekly Monster Park Extreme after the maintenance. Oh, you might be able to double dip for 1 day. Monster Park Medals acquisition difficulty has been decreased, so this is something that people have been looking for a long time. The completion conditions for the following quests have been changed from clearing Monster Park 77 times per day to clearing Monster Park 30 times on that day, or clearing Monster Park Extreme 3 times on that day. So this 30 times will mean that instead of taking 11 weeks, that it only takes like 4.5 weeks. Or technically 5, I guess. And then you can scale up. Which is, more than half the time cut off, which is nice. The 3 times of Monster Park Extreme is a little weird, because that makes it 21 weeks, which is actually, because it's a weekly now. So that makes it last more than double the previous thing. But you will be able to take your regular Monster Park EXP and give it to a character that can benefit from it more, rather than keep on taking it on your main character, because that's the only way your main character can get the Monster Park medal. What I would have loved to see with this is that they would just say clear it like 30 times per day, and a Monster Park Extreme clear counts for 10 or for 5 or for 7 or something like that, and just translate so that if you already did part of the challenge, you already started a challenge on your character, and you're really close, but you want to start offloading you're still going to have to continue and still do the 30 times a day. Because you're not really going to start after 260 with Monster Park, right? Because you're going to use 260 to level up during the hyper burn if it's a new hyper burn. So it's a little bit weird. I hope that they adjusted a little bit more until or within next week. But I guess we'll see if this is how it goes through exactly in the live server next week. But that is that's interesting. And then connected to that, we have the Epic Dungeon entry limit changes as well, which is, to be in line with the Monster Park Extreme changes and to be in line with the new Legion champion thing, or Union champion, I guess the way to call it in Korea, stuff coming out. So also has been approved that you can clear 2 types of Epic Dungeons per week per ID, and it looks like there's no changes there to the EXP or to the fragments, and probably because that also means that you get way more EXP and fragments in your account every week. That's probably why they changed for Monster Park, why they probably changed these 2 things on top of it. Because otherwise they might, I guess, you know, this is a little bit conjecture from my part, but probably felt like it was too much on top of each other. So one of them had to kind of buckle a little bit to make sure that it wasn't just objectively a whole pylon of changes. And then we have Sol Erda conversion. Ooh. This does not look like... No, that's just... No, this is just a global game thing, so no reason to think that it has to do anything with trade or with interactive heroic difference. But it's something that they tease as well, right? You can use the system through the Sol Erda conversion. So for anyone who is Sol Erda locked, like we are in the heroic server, funnily enough, this is a lock for us, or a fix for us, whereas in interactive, people are almost never Sol Erda blocked, because that's why they get so much extra from events, because they can just buy fragments. So they're almost never have extra. But it's cool that they put something in there for the people who have extra, because that's going to be us. So it would be really cool if we see this coming to GMS. So you can convert 1 Sol Erda into 30 faint Sol Erda energies. When you use one, you will acquire 10 Sol Erda energy. The item can only be put into storage. But that's some kind of trading of Sol Erda energy. Or you can convert 1 Sol Erda into 1 Hexa booster. And when you use it on a map with monsters within your level range, you can get additional monsters that give a lot of EXP for 100 seconds. And it can also only be put into storage. Yeah, but finally something to do with the energy, you know, like getting some extra EXP out of it, or being able to transfer it to other characters is, I don't think is ever a bad thing. If you turn it into energy and, you know, put it into storage, and then you get fragments, you level something up, you put it back, wait until you cap again, put it back again, kind of have a little bit of energy on the backlog, because it'll have probably have a certain duration, right? It probably won't be permanent. But it'll mean that you have a little bit of a reserve energy every single time, so that could be cool to play around with. So hopefully that comes to... that comes to the Sol Erda conversion. Items can only be used from the time of conversion until midnight of the next day. Okay, so it's a it's a small extra bonus, but a little bit, but it's a small extra, yeah. This is just to make it so that you don't hold on to like hundreds of boosters and then use them on a sunny Sunday, where there's probably also a limit on these boosters. The regular boosters have a limit of 10 per day that you can use, so I assume these ones will have the same. I guess we will see the details once it goes into the server next week. Then we have Arcane River quests reorganization. Okay. Oh yeah, because they wanted to streamline the story more, have it all make sense, because as they were going, it was all developing one little step at a time. Oh, they still couldn't cover that up, huh? They had to keep that in there. Verse City, Choo Choo Island. Yeah, so this is just making sure that all the dialogue and all the NPCs, all the story, all of the quests is all totally aligned. They redid a bunch of the art to make everything make more sense, be more logical. We saw a bunch of this art, right? There's Muto with this happy sandwich, Labyrinth of Suffering. See a bunch of quests. Lemon, that's Ligma, of course. Or Limina for the uninitiated. And then they have Reboot World Changes. So this is something that is gonna probably seem extremely spooky. But that's Reboot Changes, right? Remember, we are not Reboot, we are Heroic. This is a different server, different things. This is their transition for making their old Reboot 1 and 2 servers into EOS and Helios, and to make it no longer a Reboot server, but a non-Reboot server. Again, we're Heroic, interactive, not going to happen for us. So they remove the Reboot passive. Additional potential stats will be applied. Stats from scrolling will start being applied. Stats acquired through the growth levels and growth type items will be applied. Stats from items will be acquired through hunting monsters and item crafting, and the pass will now be applied. Feature to exchange between Arcane River Droplet Stones and Primal Droplet Stones through the NPC Kanto and Lackline Sphera has been removed. All that stuff that we have is like an extra feature. Exchange the damage Black Heart for Black Heart. The item specifications will now be the same as regular worlds. Wait, these are different? Oh, does anyone know what is the difference between the Black Hearts in the two worlds? I thought I thought they were the same. Does it just say that it also can't receive bonus potential or something? Oh, it might have some scrolled stats on it. And then the hearts, especially for black hearts before the patch will be maintained. Okay. And then we have the medals, a little bit of legacy. Legacy medal, probably huge stats. Yeah, nothing, like I thought. EOS World, Helios World open events will take place. Event participation method. During the event, you can receive a World Open Commemoration Medal by talking to Cassandra. Okay, that's just that. Then Quest UI reorganization. Oh boy. This is, they did something, you know, the last update here to try to make the quests easier to find, or to make like an extra, you had like normal and main and job, and there was like some different color stuff going on. I wasn't digging it personally. It felt like a band-aid solution to a much bigger problem, and it probably was that they were trying to make it just like a little bit better until the actual changes came through, and this is what it is looking like, the actual changes. So they've got different categories here: story, repeatable, guide, and cache. I see 5 though. This one is all, I guess. And then story. Sutori. Yeah, that's story. Okay. Repeatable. Bog. Nice. Guide is guide. Okay, very nice. And cache is Kessie. Okay, close enough. Quest UI quest list tab dividers have been changed into quest status categories, have been improved. That the quests that are not recommended to complete, such as those that don't match your current level range, will always be displayed dimmer. Okay. The sorting criteria for the quest list can be started, and in progress quests have been improved. Sorting criteria have been improved, right? Criteria, plural. The sorting priority is as follows: quests that can be completed, quests that are recommended to be completed, quests in categories that are likely to be frequently checked. Okay, so got like other people also bought this category. And quests that can be started, ordered by highest level first. Right, and then all the way on the bottom you'll have like the dimmer ones. Gotcha. Feature has been added to the quest info window that lets you click a highlighted NPC, monster, or map name to search for the corresponding location on the world map. Yeah, something that they tried to already do and works on some quests now, but hopefully if they put some work into it, it should work on all the things now. All the things. Scrap, pop, pop. Quest helper has been improved. The maximum number of quests that you can be registered has been increased from 5 to 20. Yeah, I don't know if I want my screen to be that full of quests, but I guess if you're quest hunting, any quest hunters out there, you know, you'll have an easier time finding them all and keeping tracking your progress on all of them. If you try to register more than 20 quests, the quest at the bottom will be replaced. It has been improved so that the quest can be completed will be located at the top. It has been improved so that quests that have been recently registered excuse me, in the quest helper will be located at the top. Except quests will be automatically registered in the quest helper without a separate setting. Again, feature has been added that provides route guidance appropriate to the quest status when you click on the registered quest in the quest helper. Okay, nice. And then the light bulb icon. Okay. Good, check the variety. Okay, and then the world map reorganization with that also looks a bit cooler. Damn, I gotta get to 290 teleheart. Looks really nice. So you have the red icon and the blue icon now. See some map info. You see the world here on the left. You guys liking this? I like this. Looks a lot more 2024, 2025, dare I say, than the current world map system. You know, you compare that to this, where you can like you know, it's an interesting interesting selection of like things we have here. And sometimes you press escape and it goes to the previous area, and then sometimes you press escape and it just closes completely. You know, it's hopefully that's all a little bit worked out and a little bit cleaner. That's what I'm looking for primarily. Make sure that it just consistently actually works and it's not doing anything weird that should have already been gone over and fixed 10 years ago. That's what I'm looking for. So let's see. You can see all the NPCs in the map, I believe, right? Detailed info area displays details of the map selected in the world map. The information displayed is as follows: whether it is a town, instanced map or not. Minimum entry level for the entry quest conditions: Star Force, Arcane Force, Authentic Force. Arcane Power, Sacred Power, yeah. NPC monster appearance information. Okay. Map functionality convenience has been improved. Oh, you've got this one as well. So that's the... Feature has been added to view the map your character is currently located at, and a feature has been added to view the higher stage map. So that's that arrow up. The world map stage display has been changed to display up to 4 stages, depending on the area. Gotcha. Okay. Filter feature has been added to search window. Filter feature has been added to search by selecting only the desired content, such as monsters, NPCs, or maps. Nice. So yeah, if you're looking for NPCs, you don't get a bunch of monsters in the search results. When you select the monster category, you can specify the monster level range to search as well. Okay. That's cute. Location change feature has been added to bookmarks. You can change the order that maps are displayed in your bookmarks list. Yeah, but they're removing the rocks though, right? Teleport rocks. Menu that appears when you right-click a map name. The smart writing feature has been removed. The smart writing feature can no longer be used. The following smart writing related quests have been removed. Oh, and that's more clearly where the character is. Is that what was always meant by that? Like that next to a character instead of just like a pin makes way more sense intuitively immediately. Like that's where you are. Okay. Then teleport world map will be changed into basic feature in the world map UI. The teleport world map can be used every 5 minutes. So yeah, if you're doing a lot of dailies and you're teleporting maps very often and using a rock for that, get fucked. You're only going to be able to use that every 5 minutes. I wonder if for heroic, since we use the rocks for everything, if they would be able to reduce that to like, I don't know, to like 30 seconds or something. Especially if you only have to kill 100 monsters in maps anymore, and then you have to wait 5 minutes, you're going to have to walk or teleport to the guy to a map that's kind of close and then walk from there. Because we probably all have our favorite maps that we want to do certain dailies in, right, in every single area, so... But yeah, you can teleport to the map if you want to move by double-clicking the map on the world map and by clicking Teleport World Map button at the bottom of the detailed info window. KMST never had TP Rock? No, yeah, theirs was... They had this thing, right? Those world TP things. But that's why the guide was so good for them, because they were able to teleport way more. Teleport World Map's cooldown is applied per character and is displayed above... the teleport world. Oh, per character. Okay, so you can just teleport a character, then go to another character, do a daily there, then switch back to the previous character where the cooldown is now gone, and then just multi-daily between like 3 characters so you can teleport whenever you want. But yeah, this was... I hope this is going to be implemented a little bit differently in for us in GMS. The premium teleport world map has been added. It reduces the teleport map's cooldown. When a premium teleport world map is applied, the teleport world map's cooldown is changed to 10 seconds, but you can purchase it using Maple points. Wow, so they actually have pay to move pay to move options now. By clicking the button on the right side of Teleport World, the prices are as follows: 1 day for 500 Maple points, 7 day for 2.5k. It's Maple points, so they can buy it with Mesos, but you know, because of the exchange. But yeah, if we were to get something like, oh, now there's 5 minutes in between teleports, no more teleport rock, but you can buy for $8, you can buy teleportation per month. Yeah, people would riot over here, so I'm hoping that they're already thinking of a different way of implementing this into GMS. Maybe they'll just keep the rock that we have. Like, as long as you have a bought rock, you can basically use this function, maybe. We'll see what they decide to do. Premium teleport world map is applied instantly after purchase and can be used for the period of time of purchase. If you purchase it while your current period has not ended yet, the time period will be extended by the period of time that you purchased. Gotcha. And then minimap reorganization. I guess I'll make this into a separate one. So I'm trying to also make timestamps at the same time so people can go through that. This is not as huge of a change as it looks like though. Move to town feature has been added. When you hover over the move to town button, the name of the nearest town that is designated as a return point will be displayed. When you click it, you'll be moved to that town. This cannot be used in certain teleport restricted areas, of course. When you click it, the navigation UI will be opened. Is that next to it? Behind the... Oh yeah, there's a lot of buttons here now. Okay. If your NPC info feature has been improved, you can now sort the current map's NPC list by function, name, and location. I feel like this is a lot less useful now. They have a lot more colors, but it's a lot less useful now that we have so many things just in the quick move instead. I don't need to know where in the map this NPC is located. I guess it's cool to know if I hover over them that I can see which one is which, or you can find them in the list and you can see the arrow and everything. But I feel like that's barely... I don't know, who in the chat... Like, which one of you guys that uses this every now and then? Like, I feel like this is barely used. I mean, maybe it helps, like, clean up the game and everything. It does bring it a little bit more into the future, but I wonder if this is really, like, an important thing. It's just, like, a visual thing, but I don't know if it's a truly quality of life thing for most people. We've got the filter here. You could turn a bunch of things on and off, looks like it. You can select and display the icons on NPCs and characters that you want to see. NPCs and characters. Oh, and other people and what color they are shown as. Okay. Movement, convenience, improvements. Okay. So this is to cover for the not needing to use the teleport rock for money, I guess. The town portal NPC has been added to major towns. When you press up, you can choose... Oh, the UI. Oh, and then you can choose all those worlds. Oh, they added it to all the major worlds. Okay, okay. Sunday, Can Kodak. Server Sunday. Today's server Saturday, so you'll have to wait at least another 7.5 hours. When the UI is opened, it will display the continents that you can teleport to. After selecting a continent, you can select the town that you want to move to in that area. But we still have the Maple guide as well, right? Wouldn't that like overlap a lot? No, I guess we'll see. Navigation UI has been added as well. Navigation buff icon that was displayed previously will no longer be displayed on the top right. That gives you those arrows over your head. Oh, they got them different colors as well. Change UI size. Destination you're being navigated to will be displayed at the top. Being navigated for a quest, the related quest name will also be displayed. If the navigation is interrupted, you can click the Start Navigation button to be navigated to the previous destination. An instant teleport feature has been added. When you use it, you will use the teleport world map to teleport to your destination. Alright. Legion improvement thingy. Okay. So this is what they were talking about with the automatic Legion placement. This does change the UI a lot while you're in this mode. Because this is the standard UI. This usually has all the scoring and everything on the side. Because they're still in the top left tab, as you can see. So all of this is, if you click assign members, I guess this gets temporarily replaced by this. Shows you the Legion rate power. This looks like it's going to be the standard. Is that going to be the standard? Yeah, because they moved the buffs down to the middle here instead. So they moved the buffs to the middle. And then the characters to the right side. And your total Legion rate power here? But where's the big... Where's this big stuff? Huh. Maybe this is just a temporary once you're in this mode. Maybe? Maybe like it reverts back and shows you the stats. Sunday Sundays are on Sunday. Yes, yes, most of the time. So certain changes have been made to Union attacker placement mode structure. So it's just the attacker placement mode structure. Okay. Filter feature has been added that separates the Legion attacker list based on job branch. Yeah, of course, as we all know, that's not the priority that you would want ever. You would want, first of all, you want to put the characters in there that have the best Legion member bonus. Then you want to put the biggest pieces in there. And then you want to put the pieces in there with the highest raid power, or the Legion raid power, to give you more passive coins. That's the order you would want to filter them in, not whether they're a pirate or a thief. Like, that's... some of the time, that coincides with the stat that you're trying to get. But if you're trying to get to the stat, you should have a filter there for the stat, not a filter for the class that it is, right? Because if you want the most damage and you want IED, you're going to have to put... like a warrior and or for us at least, like a warrior and a mage in there. But you can filter for, you know, only during assign mode. Yeah, that's what it has to be, because this is the most important thing to show in your Legion, like this stuff, and this is not on there. So this has got to be like a temporary switch that it goes into, because you can see he's in the mode because all of these buttons are placeable. It's only when you click this that those things show up. So there's just more going to be changing. But they added the auto placement feature. So this will be an extra UI that pops up over everything else by the looks of it, because you can see it in the background. And it'll have, yeah, I guess that's a lot of triple S's, bro. Way more than I have, damn. And then just like the, what is it, Legion? Just like the Legion solver here from Xenogent. Shout out Xenogent, the homie. You'll be able to, I guess, which one did they do here? Something like this? Oh no, it's only the middle. Lol. Like that. Oh, I have too many big pieces. I guess it takes a little bit. Come on, you got it. You got it, bro. I believe. Wait, I turned off the life solve. Oh, it's almost got it. Damn, it's struggling with this one. Too many big pieces? I don't even know which pieces are selected here. Wow, it's really struggling, actually. You can see, like, the strategy that it's doing. You could probably find the algorithm for it just by watching it auto-solve. And it's only, like... Okay, now it started with a different piece. Those were all the solutions with the archer piece there, I guess. Wow, it's really struggling. Okay, well, Xenogent, sorry for the bad for the bad marketing there. After selecting the attacks you want to place and the placement area, running the auto placement will search for placement results that match those settings. If it successfully finds placement mode that matches your setting, you can immediately apply the result of the Legion attacker placement mode. Boom. Insta. And then we have Medal and Title visibility. Medal plus title appearance setting. Basically because medals and titles are bits their own thing, right? Titles can be forgotten pretty easily because they're not in presets and they're not really equips. They're in setup of all things where chairs are, right? So you have your special button right there where there is now nothing. Oh, they moved the presets over a little bit, I guess, and squeezed it in there instead. Yeah, the presets button got a little bit smaller by the looks of it. Oh wait, no, the effect and the salon and the vessel is things that they just... Huh? There's a little bit of reorganization going on there. Interesting. You can now set the medal title appearance applied to a character separately from their currently equipped medal and title. That's kind of weird, because don't they have metal anvils that they sell? So they're just not gonna sell that item anymore? Oh my god, what a unpredictable move by Nexon. Cutting into their profits. When a medal title appearance settings UI is open, equipping a medal title from the inventory or equipment UI will apply that item's appearance to the character. However, if the character does not have a medal title item currently equipped, the registered appearance will not be applied on the character. Wow. Regardless of the equipment preset, only one medal appearance can be registered. Ah, only one. Okay. When setting a medal item applied with the mysterious anvil as the appearance, the mysterious anvil appearance will be applied. Makes sense. And the stats of the currently equipped medal and title item will be applied to the character separately from the set appearance. Apparence. That also makes sense. Okay, and then here it is. The long-awaited, many times debated, guild name change is here. This is wild that we had to wait 22 years for a guild name change, but here we are. New guild, not a good name for a old guild that you're changing the name of. You can change your guild name through the NPC Heracle in the guild headquarters. However, only the guild master can change the guild name. No situations of the guild master logging in and seeing the guild suddenly being renamed by one of the juniors who's now left the guild and dipped. When you change the guild name, 59,000 maple points will be consumed. Cha-ching! And when the change is complete, the guild cannot change its name again for 1 week. Vivid is taking Scarter guild name when I change it. Okay. That will be so confusing to so many people. And then cash. I'll add that here together because that's such a small change. Let's see. MapleStory boss collection packages will be sold. Yes, we saw those in the previous post, right? I'll link the official site post that will show off all the items in the live server post. Yes. Basically, just equipment of all of the bosses in the game, including the gorilla from Monster Park Extreme. And you will be able to dress up as them and have them as NX clothes, just covering pretty much everything. Some of them look pretty much exactly like the boss, and some are a little bit, you know, downsized, aspect ratio corrected, if you will. So from January 2025, the MVP Special Packs Teleport World Map Voucher will be changed into the Premium Teleport World Map 30 Days Voucher. Okay, yeah, so that's part of the MVP. Yeah, okay, so they would mention that under cash. That makes sense. Then we have general improvements. Oh boy, this is going to be a long one. So this includes a lot of things. Quest improvements, I guess. Not super important. Items. It has been proved that the flame monsters that appear when you use a VIP booster are now included in the number of defeated monsters within your level range for the Maple Daily Gift, Gathering, Minor Requirement Condition, Legion, Artifact Weekly Missions, Guild Weekly, Hunting Points, and Achievements. And hopefully for GMS also for Ursus monsters, but I guess we won't know 100% because Ursus, as you guys might know, is no longer in KMS, so they're no longer coding for that. You can now use stamp items on Genesis, Lazuli, Genesis Lapis that have transfer 2-line potential on or additional potential. Oh, cool. UI. What is this? The Epic Dungeon Reward and Bonus Reward UI will now display your current Maple points when you hover over the rewards. Okay, sure thing. Maple Auction and Cash Shop previews have been improved. This is all minor stuff, so I'm going to give this all the same header and not give them extra timestamps for this. You can now check the equipment, the equipped item images for skill actions in the preview. Oh, look at that. For different items here, it'll just show you a bunch of different animations. Oh, you can kind of see your face during the attacks because there's some light shining through. Aha. You can check the images for cash weapon that cannot be equipped on your currently equipped normal weapon. When you have a claw, dual gun, blah, 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 and use the attack key, the basic attack action will now match the equipped weapon. When a skill is used with the attack key, the basic attack action will be displayed instead of the skill action. Okay. Blacklist icon will now be displayed on the names of characters or guilds registered in the blacklist. Ooh. It'll be dark. It'll be blackballed on your screen and everything. Character name change UI design has been changed as well. Certain system confirmation windows designs have been changed for such as dropping mesos. So we can't even do that. Can we? I don't think you can drop mesos, right? At least I've not done that in a long time. No, we can't. Feels bad, man. I want to get rid of my money, dude. I'll just buy some cubes or flames. That's the best way to get rid of money in this game. The buttons at the bottom of the Evan and Zero skill books have been changed. Okie dokie. The skill alarm's display location has been changed. Up to 3 alerts can now be displayed at the same time. Ah, it's more on the top-ish right now. Well, can you just make it so that we can move it where we want it? Or are we just not there yet? When you double-click a monster image in the monster collection, the area where that monster is located will be displayed on the world map. When you're choosing to return to the underground culvert entrance through the NPC dial or the exit portal in path from the altar, it will now ask for confirmation if you want to leave or not. Thank you. I've messed up my culverts one too many times. Well, one is too many. But at least a few too many times. DirectX error fixes achievements. For the ones with the last hit condition, they have been changed to be achieved based on the monster's final phase. Achievement conditions have been changed to be more clear. Shortcut key setting system improvements. Sure. What did they change? The custom key settings feature has been added. You can now set the default layouts for shortcut keys and quick slots. This information is saved for the Maple ID and can be applied when creating a character and resetting shortcut keys. Ah. Okay, that's a little late for that, but now if you create a new character and you do custom key setting, then it'll just immediately give you that custom that you've already pre-built on another character. It'll probably be more work if you don't have more characters to make than just to make it on a new character. But for people who are still making a lot of new characters, that's nice. Preset import feature has been added. Yeah, and then you can import presets. You can now copy the set information of another shortcut key preset to the currently... Oh my god, I can't believe that this wasn't there on day one when they did new presets. Like, oh, you want a different preset? Cool, here's a different preset. Start from scratch. No, I want to copy my existing one and replace like 3 or 4 keys. That's what most people want to do with that different preset. Why are you making it making them do everything over and then give it to us as a feature 2 years later, 3 years later? No, this is like year and a half, 2 years? I don't know. This is it's another half a year before we get it. Yeah, so it might be 2 years by then. But hey, better late than never. The Nexon motto. Login process improvement. Run the game launcher and log in. It will now automatically log in with the Maple ID you most recently logged in on. It will automatically log in with the Maple ID. Okay. When you run a game launcher and log in, a login to another Maple ID button will be added to the server selection. You can select another Maple ID linked to your Nexon ID to connect to through this button. If you have one, okay. Coin exchange improvements, daily gifts, the world fixes. Yeah, okay. And then we have. So I'll just call this game improvements then. Those are pretty tepid anyway. 1 of 4. Error fixes. So there might be some skill things in here, so we might have to start dipping into the other one. Quest, items, some UI errors, achievements. Skill sequence. Here we go. Skill sequence system has been added. This is bigly. Especially since we see the animation here. So, look at that. This is what he has in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's basically the amount. That's going to be faster than with actual ping, then you can do this. That's the KMST because we're only allowed one Maple ID. Yeah, that'll not work in the same way, or not work at all, not exist at all for us. Yeah. Wow. So you can open a skill sequence UI by clicking the sequence button in the skill book. You can use multiple skills in quick succession with a single button press. My mom's gonna love this, and a bunch of us. I'm gonna love it too, because what does that mean? A lot of keyboard space opens up. Now, what does that mean? That means we can start putting these skills on there. You know, these skills. These ones right here. Because all of the buffing right now is necessary, but it's tedious. And we want to be able to use those other skills. We want to start developing muscle memory for that. And start unlearning having to pop 300 skills every time we want to burst. Now, there's going to be situations where you want to use different types of bursts, not everything. So you can set up different skill sequences. You see here, there's a roar one, a weapon jump one, long buff one. So there's still stuff that you want to hotkey, but it's basically advanced skill macros. Well, I mean, is it really advanced if it's just slightly better than this 18-year-old system? But either way, yeah, this is a huge improvement. You can use skill sequence by registering skills in your desired order. You can save multiple skill combinations and use them in different situations. You can see the list of registered skills by pressing the Control key and the skill sequence shortcut key at the same time. With Control key? But wouldn't you start attacking at that point? Or using the skill on Control? Huh. You cannot use the skill sequence in areas where you cannot use skills. Damn. They thought of everything. Here's some more miscellaneous stuff that wasn't mentioned in the patch notes. You can change the layout. Phone, what? Oh my god, so many messages. Is my cousin messaging me again? Wagwan. Oh. Cousin asking if I'm coming over tonight. Because I said it was going to be after 10 if I did show up. Setting a number of rows up to 10. Chee! Each row will be its own skill sequence with its own hotkey. You can put the same skill on multiple rows. You can change the name of each skill sequence. This will also change the hotkey name. The skill sequence key, when placed on a hotkey, will show the longest remaining cooldown of the skills registered on that sequence. The longest remaining cooldown. Yeah, okay, that... Oh, on the key itself. Oh, that's cool. You know, one of those features that you would want immediately, but that they're actually putting in immediately instead of in 2 years. Made a mistake, though. He could use the same one for roar and weapon jump. Yeah, because he could just use the ring activation button, right? And then the ring activation button will just change whatever ring is in the ring activation. So he doesn't even have to make an extra one for that. He'll just have to ring swap during the game and then use the same sequence for it. Let's see. Skills that can be placed in skill sequence are predetermined for each class. When you use a skill sequence, it will use all the registered skills except for those that are still on cooldown or those that you have not met the usage condition for. Okay. And it will just skip them, but still use the rest. Oh, it just won't stop, but it'll just continue. Okay. You can turn on a sequence alert setting. When it is on, every time you try to use a skill sequence, the skill icons will be displayed at the bottom right corner of the screen. This alert will also notify you if a skill cannot be used to do being on cooldown or lack of MP, Demon Force, HP gauge. This will also be written in the chat as text. When you press Control plus the skill sequence key or hover over the hotkey to pop up the UI of the registered skills, this will stay on screen for as long as you hold the Control key down and can be moved to anywhere on the screen. So it'll show you which ones you couldn't use because you were on cooldown. I'll show you here, like, you still need like a whole minute before you can use this one, because you can see the skill next to it that's in that macro still needs pretty much a whole minute. And then if you control and click, and then you can hold control, and then you can move these around. It's interesting, the ways that they have to bend themselves through the game to make features in the game that other games have already had, just because they're not possible within the base engine of this game. If you understand what I'm saying, like, there's so many things that they could be doing probably in a lot easier ways and a lot more straightforward if this game was actually remade, you know, 10 years ago instead of doing patchwork on an existing framework. But I guess they're getting closer and closer to it. Here's a video. Yeah, let's watch that video. Yeah, so you can change that to 4, add different rows, different presets. You can just switch them in position. You can add skills, add them to any row, add them to multiple rows. Those aren't super necessary. Oh, it doesn't even have sound. And then with control held, you can move those. And you just hover over, and then boom, get them all. And it'll show on the right side which one you use and which ones you can't use because of cooldown. But the buffs are also still shown on the top right. It's behind his quest helper, but the regular buffs are also still there. And that's his burst one. Wow, okay. Explaining this to my mom is going to be kind of a nightmare, but I'll just try to make a Cliff Notes version for her. You know, if it would be ping reliant, the button press going through to the server will be ping reliant, but then all the buffs should be coming out at the same pace as because that's just like a server. I would think that that's a server relied thing to do. So like the input itself is probably ping reliant, but then once it goes through, that one should be yourself. That one should be server sided. That's what I would guess, but I guess, yeah, we'll find out. Either way, it'll be way faster than popping everything individually. Although I don't mind popping everything individually, I probably won't put the roar. I probably put the weapon jump in the setup, but probably not the roar, because there's just too many situations where you want to be sure that you pop it at exactly the right time. And like if you're trying to perfectly set up Culvert with like the timing of all your skills, this is also basically useless. Like min-maxing your Culvert is almost impossible with this setup, so it's definitely not going to be usable everywhere. So I don't know to which extent we're actually going to get rid of the... But maybe that's just a preset you use for... You use a Culvert preset, and then for all the other bossing, you use different presets. But then for Culvert, you want to min-max on the new skills that are coming, so you're going to need them on new keys. We're going to have to wiggle around a little bit and figure the right way to do things. Alright, skill changes. Cool, we're getting to skill changes. We are basically getting to the Masteries at this point. 23, no, 13. 13. Start with the explorers. So I'll now start here, because I believe that's where these start as well. Start with the explorers, and then do it like one segment like that. Wait, I can put all the decents in one and use it as a macro. Yeah, but remember, some of the decents have already made passive, and there's a good chance that they'll eventually make some of the other decents, or all of them, also into passives, and then you won't have to do that anymore. But it'll be very easy to update all of that. And it'll be way faster than getting pet auto buff. Yeah, that's a good point, though. A macro like that, and just to buff all of them every 3 minutes, might make it so much easier as well to not have to worry about the skill animation, the animation lock, and about boss mules still needing pet auto buff. You'll probably just be able to just do one click, boom, get all of that for free. Yeah. I think 5,000 fragments is enough to get me to level 8 top line in stat core. 5,000? I think so. There was a breakdown of that. Somebody made a spreadsheet on what the expected costs are. I would definitely wait for the Sunday, right? The Sunday after we get our second stat core out, and do it during that Sunday, because the chance will be improved by... Was it 10% points? 20%? What up percent points? By 20% or something? To get the top line if it's over level 5? But I know there's somewhere out there's a whole sheet of like... If you don't get this level by this level of the top line by this total level, you should remake, because mathematically that will mean that you'll be end up spending more than trying to do the whole thing. 5,000 seems good, but that's like a non-reboot thing, having that amount of fragments to just throw around. Maybe ask someone else who's more like endgame and non-reboot, who's already tried it, or in interactive I should say, who's already tried it. You'll probably get a more accurate response than my I guess so. Because I'm kind of just like throwing in. I think level 5 in level 10 out of 20. Yeah, it could be that. I know the maths have been done somewhere, but I don't have them offhand. So we'll do the explorers first. So this is just all skill changes, right? So this is going to be the 3rd and 4th mastery cores that went live after the update last week, and then all the stuff that went live yesterday, all rolled into one. So attack range up from the evolved bird. Final attack has been changed so that it activates when Dark Spear hits an enemy for Dark Knight. Different bird for Phoenix and Freezer mechanisms for those classes. Skills have been changed so that it activates at a certain percentage whenever your own direct attacking skills hit an enemy for Marksman. I don't know how it worked before, but I guess not like that. Pathfinder bird changed and attacks more slowly. Nerf, well, be careful. But that is also because they charge way more relic gauge now. They charge triple the relic gauge compared to now. So they made them attack a little bit more slowly. To compensate for that, and for Ancient Astral Blast, skill has been changed so that you can adjust the firing angle when you fire the first shot. Dual Blade Hunting Edge Thesaurus attack range has been increased by about 8%. Not crazy. Captain Continual Aiming. The skill has been changed so that the special bullet is fired from a slightly closer location to the character, so that if a boss is or a target is very close to you, you can still hit it, and you don't shoot past it. That's always a little weird when skills do that. Action delay has been decreased by about 13%. Range increased, effect all changed, and you can now use the Strange Bomb in the air. It's probably because the Strange Bomb is also in the Mastery Core that we saw later, so they want to get a little bit more utility out of it and actually have people use it every now and then, rather than just buff a skill that nobody even uses. Okay, that's all the Explorers, so I'm going to scroll past this stuff real quick. And then go to the... skill errors. I guess that's also connected. Oh, these are always so weird though. Search range. These are always very, very, very minor. Minor? No, sit down. Archmage Ice Lightning. Thunder Spear's hit effect was awkward. Bishop Heaven's Door effect was sometimes awkward. Bowmaster Flash Mirage arrow fired by the after image applied a wider search range than intended due to an error in monster search logic. After this change, the monster search range has been decreased by 37.5%. I'm sure for most bossing that doesn't change that much, but maybe a little bit for mobbing. Dual Blade Flashbang's debuff has been changed to apply to all dual bladers instead of only yourself. Damn, for all of those parties with multiple dual bladers in it, rejoice. And then Cannon Shooter Monkey Furious, final attack sometimes did not activate. The damage over time is applied individually, and debuff has been changed to apply to all cannon shooters instead of only yourself. Nice. Okay, and then the actual Mastery Core. So for Hero, we've got Aura Blade. With every now and then a Final Blade. You prepare 1 Aura Blade every 4 seconds, and you can hold up to 2. If you reuse the skill within 2 seconds, the next attack will be replaced with a final blade. Okay. I don't know if that means it'll see play, but I guess right now Aura Blade is just kind of like a meme mobbing skill that you use in like once every 12 years when there's a monster in the exact location that you still want to finish off before the spawn rotation on the map of 7,506 milliseconds happens again, right? We have Furious Edge. Your swordsmanship reaches peak, leaving behind a scar on the map, doing extra damage. Sword Scar, 183 damage 3 times and up to 8 enemies. Oh yeah, and with this, I will double check if there are any changes to the hero as well. So hero, final attack has been changed to prioritizing activating on the boss monster with the highest max HP. And advanced final attack as well. That's all for hero here. Okay. That'll be a little bit later down here. When Valhalla, Combo Instinct, and Spirit Caliber hit an enemy 2 times, they count as 1 attack. Sword Scar attacks 4 times, it disappears. It can be up to 5 can be created, and during Combo Instinct up to 10. So it's basically just extra burst damage and extra shiny things on a map, and more reason to use skill transparency. When you new Legion system, we need 5 normal codes. I haven't gotten to that yet. What's up, Turbo? We're going to use repeating skills now. Yeah, it's very, very much a Dawn Warrior Rift thing, but it's a different color though, dude. Come on, this is not nearly as purple as or as magenta colored as the Dawn Warrior one. Come on, dude. To talk about new skills, let's go to Final Attack, which every class gets with this update as well. Valhalla for 30 seconds, but we all know it doesn't really last 30 seconds. 50 attack, 30% crit rate, 100% status resistance, elemental resistance. Every few seconds, 3 sword strikes deal 1,010% damage, 2 times and up to 6 enemies. It can hit a total of 12 times, and after that, it will no longer appear. Cooldown of 2 minutes. So basically just an empowerment, but a cooler little effect, I would say. And then we have incising, so that's the debuff basically for but can be used as a mobbing skill as well in certain locations for hero. I guess the increased damage from critical hits, 26%. When party members attack, the enemy takes 11% damage. I don't know if that's the exact same numbers at level 30 now, but it just might be. Some of these have gone up a little bit though. I know like the one for Cannoneer, the debuff has gone up a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like 20% now, or goes up to like 21% because of level 30, and this is 11%. Maybe it's a slightly bigger party buff, but either way, yeah. 50% extra damage, yeah. So that's like the base attack. That's a little weird. And then the extra final attack changed. So with this, they added the extra change now with the latest test server that it will target the enemy with the largest HP, as it should. Falling Justice is getting a little bit of change here. Let's see. Okay, so then we have Paladin. Big-ass Sanctuary. Big mobbing skill. Also increases Blast's passive damage. Very nice. And final attack. And then Rising Justice, where when Falling Justice activates, 4 fragments of Judgment are created from each of the 5 halos. Each fragment of Judgment deals 773% damage 6 times. Crazy. Okay. So that was additionally changed. I guess that did a little bit too much extra damage, so they decreased the base damage for Falling Justice from 1560 to 1491, which is not an insane amount of damage lost. That's about, what, 4% damage lost? 70 on 4.5%. But is also affected now by cooldown reduction effects. Okay, so that probably cancels it out, which means that you actually, so that probably is net a buff then, because that means that this is gonna trigger more, because you're just gonna have more uses out of it. So this is gonna do more damage. So that's gonna, plus the counter, it's probably a damage increase then. Nice. Cool. Dark Knight, Beholder's Revenge. You get a bunch of little beholders that just like form connections and just zap lasers at the target. When the Mark of Vengeance reaches 3 stacks, all of the marks will be consumed and Beholder's Punishment will activate. And then this little skill when you get the 3 stacks. Bite and Blast, something like that. Same as level 31 combat orders now, thank you. Oh yeah, because yeah, they have to account for the 31 going down to 30. Yeah, that's why the numbers look a little weird. And then final attack, all with their neat little extra chance. Some of them have percentage chance, but basically almost all the classes have final attack now because of these changes. Beholder Shock 6. Oh, Beholder Revenge here. The skill now will be displayed in the battle analysis system as a separate skill. Okay, cool. Beholder Shock 6. Build moves in front of you and peels 1280% damage 7 times and up to 10 enemies. There's a 90% chance to stun enemies, hit for 5 seconds. At the same time as the attack, 4 dark energy projectiles are fired. Deal damage to 5 minutes. Yep. And it also increases your Dark Synthesis, Beholder's Revenge, and Beholder's Punishment. All as to be expected. All the Beholder's skills working in unison. Very nice. Then we get to Fire Poison. Let's see what the point at which you use a teleport skill after using this skill has been decreased. The point at which you can use teleport skill after using the skill has been decreased. So you can teleport faster after using Meteor Strike. Gotcha. Ignite. Extra damage. Very nice. Okay, hit enemy up to 3 times. So that's Ignite 6. Ifrit 6. Looking a little bit more badass. Probably still doing 0.3% of your total damage. But, you know, looking more badass while doing it. You need him, though. You need all of the skills on the Fire Poison to do the DOTs. So it is to be expected. Fire Aura 6. Yeah, that should be good. Activate an aura that burns your surroundings. Amazing. And get another DOT. Looking spicy. These every single fire skill looks so different. But I think it's kind of cool. Poison Region 6. With a little added effect here. Poison Region Explosion. Explode 1.5 seconds after being created. Deals damage. If a single monster is hit by multiple explosions within 0.4 seconds, second and later explosion, final damage will be decreased by 60%. When attacking normal monster, damage decreased by 50%. No, I think the skill works pretty much the same. Just new effects on everything. And extra damage, of course. Then Meteor 6, looking quite a bit different. And they added this same skill that Ice Lightning already has as well to Bishop now, to Genesis. So that's nice bringing them all in line together. Cooldown 50 seconds. Passive effect with the final attack type skill. Megiddo Flame. Yes, that skill still exists. If you use a custom command, you can use explosion mode by pressing the skill key without inputting a directional key. Hang on, what is this? If you use the skill with the down arrow key, explosion mode will be activated, where the blue flames will not regenerate and activate an explosion when they hit an enemy. The blue flames will prioritize tracking. The blue flames will not regenerate and activate an explosion when they hit an enemy. So you can do the damage immediately rather than have them bounce around. So like a bossing mode versus a mobbing mode. Wait, does that already exist? Am I just not aware of this? Where are my actual fire poison mains out there? The prioritize boss monster with highest HP. This skill can deal damage using ignore damage and damage reflect. Oh, okay. No, I think this is a new thing, right? Explosion mode, the flames will not regenerate, but when they hit an enemy, they activate 3 explosions that deal 455% damage 3 times. So if you already have enough DOTs, I guess, then you can use that. Cooldown of 50 seconds. But what's the full skills cooldown? You can't use that every single time, then. It does do 980% damage 1 second for... So a little bit more of an option for burst, I guess. Small victory for... 3 times. So that's like 3 seconds worth of damage 3 times. So 9 seconds worth of damage instantly versus 30 seconds worth of damage over 30 seconds. But, you know, it might be boosted with a roar or something, but you play continuous on the... You know, okay. An option there. Some extra utility that you might want to use. You don't have to, of course. Oh, don't spill water on the keyboard again. We know what happened last time when you did that. That's how we ended up with this keyboard in the first place. Water on a key. Water under the bridge, mama. Okay. Ice lightning. Lightning sphere. 2-second key down. 1293% damage 15 times. Kaboom. 60-second cooldown. Okay, nice. Cryo shock. Whenever freeze stacks are decreased 13 times, activate a shock that deals 1090% damage 15 times. Okay, 15. What did I? 16,000% damage every 13 free stacks down. Okay, so make sure you keep that free stack consumption up. Thundersphere. The sphere's attacks will not reduce free stacks. Sphere changes into a summon. 30 seconds. Cryo shock's damage is increased by 687% points from this one. Okay, even more. Alkenis, very relatable, very familiar. We've seen this one before. Spill the tea. No, I will not. What's up, Odiga? And then Bishop, we have the Angelic Touch. Ooh la la. Enemies hit will be inflicted with debuff for 60 seconds. That increases their defenses by 44%. Very nice. Create a Holy Relic at the location where the angel attacked. The Angelic Touch's debuff and the Holy Relic's debuff do not stack. Gotcha. 10-second cooldown. Requires level 20 heal. Beautiful. Fountain for Angels. Yeah, be prepared to see nothing in the boss fight anymore. Summon an object that punishes nearby enemies with divine power. The objet emits divine... There's something went wrong here. Divine power periodically to attack. 60-second duration, 30-second cooldown, 310% damage 5 times up to 8 enemies. Boom. And then Bahamut. Everyone's favorite skill is going to be even more favoriter now. Because it summons, but it also has a little passive here of Angel Ray 6's damage increased by 10% points. Angel Ray 6, 35 by 4. No times, the Holy Sword must hit an enemy to activate. Angel Judgment is decreased by 4. That's going to be nice for bishops. Looking good. Genesis, so that's that effect that I was talking about. There's regular Genesis, you know, actual flashbang coming in. It's so bright you can't even see it on a white background. It's kind of like me when I'm in the sun. And this one. So that's the extra after effect, extra passive final attack type skill that they now added to basically every class. That's where the bishop one comes from. Heaven's Door 6, even more heavenly, even more doorish. Party members have received the buff, cannot receive the buff again for 600 seconds. No way. No way. But yeah, still works in a similar way. Then the Archers cartridge upgraded. HP changed, of course, with that recent upgrade that we've already gotten. So this is not going to be like an insane buff to that, but it certainly turns it around again. You gotta have to use that that altar. No, what is it called? The fountain. No, the decent holy fountain. We have another fountain. Holy fountain, not the Erda fountain. Phoenix 6, so that's looking quite a bit different with that. Chance to stun, nobody cares, so it doesn't work on bosses. Extra quiver cartridge. Look at that. Special arrowheads. We love those here. If you use special arrowheads to hit on an enemy using damage reflect, you will not take damage. For 30 seconds to use additional spell arrowheads, the skill will automatically end with the arrowheads run out. Special arrowhead deals 1300% damage. You can load up to 50 per quiver cartridge. In auto use mode, extra quiver cartridge will be activated automatically when the total number of arrows loaded into each cartridge is 50 or higher. Cooldown 30 seconds. Oh my god, 100% uptime. If you use it properly, it's less damage than just going full magic arrow. But then you don't have the healing from the blood arrows, right? Or am I... It replaces them? Oh, it's like a special third type of arrow? Didn't you used to have like a poison arrow that was never used? Saying if you use this properly, it's just the same, it's less damage than just using this one the whole time, but then you won't have any healing, right? So if you're doing full damage boss where you don't need the healing, you're saying just be in magic arrows the whole time and don't even use this. So maybe this will be adjusted extra. Let's see. Blizzard had a action delay decrease on Blizzard 6. Ice Lightning did, sorry. Bishop, faster teleport. No extra Bowmaster changes in this Cespia. Just a debuff effect on... It's not changed. Not yet, yeah. Quick Barrage uses both arrows, will charge both arrows, and that's about it. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that then. Flash Mirage 6. Whenever your attacks hit an enemy 7 times, create 4 after images to fire an arrow towards one enemy. When all of your skills almost hit an enemy 7 times, you consider it as 1 attack. Lame. The fired arrows pierce through up to 5 enemies along their path to their target, dealing 1245% damage 4 times every second. Well, yeah, if it's something that like mathematically just doesn't even make sense to use, it should have to be adjusted before live server. Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe this was too short notice to fix it already in this Tespia, but we're hopefully going to see some extra changes before next week's live server. Then we'll keep an eye on it. Speed Rush is a huge boost though. I wasn't aware that it did it this much, and you could basically get this off every second, right? Even though it counts only 1 attack for every 7 here. I mean, if you're attacking an enemy 7 times, so you have to hit an enemy 49 times with most of your skills, but you probably, per second, you probably do that. And it creates 4 after images that do this. So that's basically 5,000% damage 4 times, so 20,000% damage every second extra. Looks juicy. Oh yeah, and that gets boosted by the 6 job as well. And then Wind of Prey, just the mobbing skill. I guess they just wanted to make that one look cooler, but this probably changes absolutely nothing for the class, I assume. The speed decrease, is that already in there? If that's extra, that could be nice, but I would assume that that's already in there. Because that's a slow, right? Do you guys already have a slow in there? Yeah, it's the same. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, Marksman. I should know this one. Definitely read all my skills. Completely useless? Yeah, that's what I thought. Sometimes I'm on Freezer. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, look at those passives. Sniping 6. Enhanced Sniping 6. Enhanced Sniping 6 additional hits. Ultimate Sniping 6. Ultimate Sniping 6 additional hit. Okay, so all the snipes improved by the Freezer. Very nice. Got to put some value into the skill so people actually want to level it up, huh? I know some people don't even have this in the boost notes, so they'll probably have to add it. Bolt Swift 6, very similar to... it's basically this skill, except you guys have 15-second cooldown, we have it on a 7-second cooldown. Take that, Bowmasters. But yeah, basically just the same, like a little AoE for mobbing, but this does absolutely nothing except for they get to change the animation a little bit. Is that like... 4 crossbows? Yeah, okay. Unselect text, thank you. Final attack. Changed a little bit, added, and passive effect is... Oh my god! More damage to all the snipings. And then we have long range true shot. Again, that's another... another giant hitbox mobbing skill that I don't know why this gets boosted in 6 job. Nobody uses this anymore. You don't need it for anything. And it doesn't add any cool effect either. It's just weird, but, you know. Thank you. Pathfinder, they always have that interesting relic gauge stuff going on that I honestly don't know very little about. Pathfinder, a little bit of an enigma for me, but let's see. You can use the skill whenever you have skills. Ancient Curse debuff consumes 100. Deals 1800 6 times up to 8 enemies. Final damage is increased by 10% per Ancient Curse debuff stack. When you use all the skill 4 times, the next attack will be replaced with an enhanced Edge of Resonance. And then Ancient Impact. Wait, shouldn't this be called Enhanced Edge of Resonance? Oh. Okay. Ancient Impact, I guess it is. Deals 1611% 10 times with up to 8 enemies with a cooldown of 15 seconds. Huh. Look what they did to Freezer and what they did to Phoenix. Nothing. I think they changed it. They probably... It's hard to see on the animation what they changed. Cardinal Transition 6. Was that Torrent? Using an archery technique based on movement. Archery techniques? On my archers? No way. MP and 1 speed energy deals 929, 7 enemies surrounding your destination. Surrounding the destination, you can prepare 1 speed energy every 7 seconds, hold up to 5. You cannot be knocked back by any attacks while casting the skill. Enemies hit will be inflicted with 1 stack of Ancient Curse debuff. Take that, Tonto. Ancient Astra 6. Yeah, and then a little bit of change here to the... Oh, just a debuff visual. Consumes 65 relic gauge per second. Periodically deals 480% damage 6 times up to 7 enemies. Very nice. Is this skill finally usable? This skill was always like doing either the same or barely more damage than the than just a regular combo kill, right? The only one you would kind of want to use maybe was Ancient Astra 6 because you could also move at the same time. But I guess this one should do good damage when you're in an iframe and you're stuck, or when the boss is bound and you're not in any danger of dying. I don't know. I guess most people would just use this in panic mode as a incoming damage reduction, kind of like as like a pseudo iframe. I guess if we have some more Pathfinders listening to this, can maybe shed a little bit more light on what you guys use Ancient Astra for. I don't know if it's Ancient Astra, but it's definitely called Astra something in GMS as well. But they definitely changed the damage on all of these. But yeah, 60% reduced damage. I remember that used to be only on this mode, but they added it to all of them to get a little bit more utility out of it. Combo Assault. I thought that was mainly a mobbing skill, but I guess it also puts Ancient Curse debuff, so you might use that as well to just get those stacks on there. Bow attack, arrow attack. 20-second cooldown. Combo Assault 6. Wait, Combo Assault 6? Combo Assault 6. Oh, Discharge. I love that word. That's why we call it Deluge instead. Different form, and then Combo Assault Blast. Wait, did Combo Assault have different modes? Am I high? I didn't even know that was these charges. I thought Combo Assault was just like a neutral skill. Is this new for it, that it gets these different modes? Attacks nearby enemies or deals 1535 8 times on 1 enemy. Enemies hit are inflicted with 1 stack of Ancient Curse debuff. Arrow attack. Combo Assault 6 transition. This looks new, right? I don't think like that there's even a version of the mode. I'm pretty sure that doesn't exist right now. Attack nearby enemies with your bow and shoot arrows that fly through space. 915 damage 7 times up to 4 enemies. Enemies that are inflicted with 5 stacks of Ancient Curse debuff. What? This one costs 50. So this one does more damage, way more damage, but this one applies all the stacks of Ancient Curse debuff immediately. And this one hits the same, but hits more enemies? Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of like the different positions that they take. And then we have Raven 6. Look at this thing. So probably why they made it attack slower but charge more is because there's also a 6 form of it. And then Relic Materialize, which is basically like a final attack. We consume 50 relic gauge, create 1 controlled curse. When your attacks hit an enemy, consume 1 controlled curse to activate a cursed flame that will deal 525% damage 8 times on all hit enemies. So another final attack skill. Woo! Night Lord! Huge flare, quadruple throw, damage increase on it. Don't think it does anything else. No. Showdown looks a little different now. Just a bit. Just a bit different. Dark Shuriken, blah. Attack normal monster damage increased by 200%. Shuriken recreation cooldown. Oh yeah. Enemies will be taunted for 140 seconds, becoming untouchable, and have 6% additional experience and item drop rate. Effect is halved on boss monsters. Afterwards, create 6 Shuriken 6 shurikens that deal 57% damage 6 times. And then we have Darkness Shuriken. Throwing star with its own will appears for the darkness. When you're directly attacking skills an enemy, create a Darkness Shuriken for up to 20 seconds. The star deals 1560% damage 5 times and can attack up to 30 times. Every 5 seconds, you're directly attacking skills an enemy. The duration is increased by 7 seconds, and the duration can be increased by up to 60 seconds. Your activation cooldown of 60 seconds. So it's basically like the like the guided arrow for archers that just like flies around as long as you keep attacking. There's just one big shuriken just flying around, doming everything. Sun Raid looks a lot cooler now, and also increases the passive damage of your assassin's marks, which is pretty nice. 4 seasons, just a general AoE buff, but every when the skill hits an enemy one time, the next attack will be enhanced to 4 seasons. Okay, so every other one, I guess, will be a bigger one. Deals 160% damage 7 times and up to 8 enemies. Then activates 7 strikes that deal 790% damage 7 times. Boom. So I guess this is a skill that you can pop while the boss is gone and you can't do anything anyway. So might as well pop one, and then when it pops back up, you can use this hit to deal extra damage or something. I don't know if you would use it in bossing now as like a little bit of an extra pop. I don't know if it's big enough for that. Probably not, but maybe for some meme play. Shadowrunner, what is that? A big dark flare? That's crazy. Cruel Stab. Deals damage. Passive effect, assassinates damage up on everything and pulverizes damage up on everything. Shadowrunner Darkflare looks so good. Yeah, I like the... I don't know, the blue and purple shadow just always works together well. And then a different Sun Raid effect here, a little bit more pinky. With no effect on there. But Shadow Veil is looking a lot bigger. And that is passively also buffing the Assassinate. 20% chance to charge a 1 usage of Pulverize 6. On the Shadow Veil. Interesting. And then we have Covert Shadow. Which is basically another final attack skill, but they wanted to make them for everyone a little bit different. When your directly attacking skills hit an enemy, there's a 6% chance to activate an additional hit that deals 150% damage 2 times. If you're in Dark Sight for more than 9 seconds, the skill is enhanced to Shadow Edge. Super edgy. And in Shadow Edge, 3-second duration, when you're directly attacking skills hit an enemy, there's a 100% chance to activate a Deadly Strike that deals 160% damage 4 times. So, yeah. More incentive to stay in Dark Sight the whole time and just get a little bit extra bonus damage out of that. I say a little bit. I don't know exactly how much that is in FD. I'm sure all of the class discords are already jerking off over that, what those exact numbers are. So probably you can find that. Dual Blade with a Hidden Blade 6. For 90 seconds, your directly attacking skills have a 100% chance to activate an additional hit of 480% damage. Oh my god, it's like another final attack damage. Skill. Noise. All must die. True. Your own directly attacking skills hit enemies 15 times. Your extra dagger activate 4 times. Oh my god, it's another final attack damage skill. Reactivation cooldown of 3 seconds though. Okie dokie. Then we have Blade Fury 6 with a cool new icon. And they have... What letter is that? I can't read that. Secret Garden activates... Ooh, every 6 seconds, the skeleton has a Furious... Every 6 seconds, that's pretty often, okay. To Furious Jet. So it's 84 MP, oh my god. The 590 damage 6 times and up to 12 enemies. So just a bigger version for the mobbing skill. To use in between your tornadoes and your Blades of Destiny. Passive effect, Phantom Blow 6's damage is increased by 42% points. Hey, we like that. We like that over here. That's that main attacking skill. And a slightly... more yellowish color. Is that ochre? What is that? For Sun Raid here. And also buffing all must die's damage by 400% points. What was the base number here? 425. So basically doubling its damage. Okay. Enemy set will take damage every 1 second for 10 seconds. When used, final cuts cooldown. Yeah. Increased by 20% of the current. Then Buccaneers. Okay, do we have some extra changes here? The feature rate cooldown was decreased by a certain percentage when this skill was used has been removed. Oh, never mind. That's gone now. But Final Cut cooldown has been decreased from 90 seconds to 63 by default, so you don't have to use Sun Rate anymore to trigger that. So the base cooldown for Final Cut's now 63 seconds. Nice. Better this way. Cleaner. Agreed. Captain skill description changed. Nothing else for Explorer Pirates. Good. Let's see. Toggle. Oh yeah, not much here for Viper, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. Serpent Assault. Bigger damage. Bigger damage. And Sea Serpents and Rage 6 is damage increased by 438% points. Cha-ching! And then we have Hook Bomber 6, which is just... Why? I guess they just wanted to give it a new effect. This effect was pretty much already it, but they added the little pew-pew. That's what it's called. Look it up in a dictionary. But on top of that, you also get Fist and Rage 6 damage increased by 128% points, Super Fist and Rage by 75% points, Super Fist and Rage Shockwave damage increased by 128% points. So they get the main attack buff out of that as well as a passive. So, you know, still increases for Buck, not like you're getting nothing, but yeah, there is less going on than with some other characters that we'll get to later. Cadena, Zero, and Evan, for example. Then Captain, also known as the Corsair. Headshot 6. Let's see here, 13 times, 16, 88%, 60% defense ignore, another 100% crit rate, very useful. I don't know why they do this. Why don't they do like 100% or just always hits? This skill is always a critical hit or something, and if your critical rate is already 100%, adds like 5% critical damage or something, you know? Like, it's not huge, but it just feels better that you're still getting something out of it rather than additional 100% critical rate, like on an individual skill. Like the fact that this is on a 5th job skill, okay, you might not be at 100, but if you're gonna get to 260, you gotta be at 100% crit rate, right? Like even the new hyper burns. So why not give it something extra, something extra spunky, you know? Every 15 seconds, the next deck will be replaced with Enhanced Headshot. Activates 2 shots that deal 1,266 damage 13 times and up to 8 enemies. God damn. But it's every 15 seconds, the next attack will be replaced. Okay, so it's not like with mobbing that you can just squeeze that in every 5 seconds. This is also a weird thing. Every 15 seconds, it will be replaced, and it has a cooldown of 5 seconds. Like, this skill is not going to be able to be cooldown skipped. So this can only happen every 15 seconds. So why does this need a separate cooldown? Am I overlooking something here? Probably. But... Huh? Why? This happens again with another skill. Cooldown had tech? Yeah, but cooldown has under 10 seconds. This can only trigger... This skill can only activate every 15 seconds. Is a generic 5-second cooldown for a headshot? Yeah, but I'm saying it's not necessary, right? Because this skill can only happen after a skill use and only after every 15 seconds. So oh, right. Oh, it's how it's written. The 5-second cooldown is for this skill, not for this skill, because it's not. Yeah, because of the okay, because of how it's visualized. I got you. It's just because of the yeah. With a different layout, that would have been more clear on the first, right? But okay, that makes sense. Fusillade. It's Fusillade, right? Fire a barrage shot in front of you. With the down arrow key, the attack range will be decreased, but you cannot be knocked back by enemy attacks, so that's just the utility from that. Nothing else passive coming from this, it just looks even cooler. I remember looking at it looking really cool. Son of Bombard is big, auto mode, right click, for 64 seconds install a mark. Just looks different. Wait, and that's it? Wait, I expect... Do you just get a different effect? Hang on. It's for the summons? Yeah, but it already exists. Battleship Bomber and Siege Bomber automatically strike the enemies around the mark. But they already do that. You already have a bombardment zone, I think it's called, right? This doesn't add any damage. Does it last longer? Does it work on more skills? Does it increase the damage? Nothing. 64... Yeah, maybe it lasts like a little bit longer. It seems weird to put this in a Mastery Core if you're just going to update the graphics and take a spot of an actual skill. Maybe any Corsairs can let me know what the hell is going on there. Summon Crew 6 for 2 minutes. Dual Pistol Crew. Oh, I think they're a single pistol now, right? Fire 2 bullets, deal 965 every 3 times. Sharpshooter Crew, fire a bomb. Sharpshooter fires a bomb. That'd be the opposite of sharpshooter, right? Sharpshooter would be a sniper. Snipers wouldn't fire bombs. Bombs would be fired by a cannoneer. But okay. 4, 6, 2, 8, 4 times with 4 enemies. If you're hit by status effect, one crew member will block the status effect. Crew member that is blocked the status effect cannot block another one until they are resummoned. Cooldown of 45 seconds. Okay, that's pretty nice, but it's like a, yeah. It's a little extra damage, plus it's a cleanse mechanic, which is kind of nice. Then you have a Siege Bomber 6. Very nice, very nice. Looking cool. Look a little bit ADHD. Like they've got some... The people inside this thing are working overtime. Look at how quickly this thing is refiring. And then we have Strange Bomb. I don't know, because you can use it in the air, if people are actually going to start using it now for extra damage. It's still a 15-second cooldown, just big AoE. I don't see people using this, but, you know, let me know if I'm wrong about that hunch. Battleship Nautilus, I mean, let's be honest, like that extra firing, it looks really cool. But again, I don't know if people are going to be using this once they already get into 260 plus. I don't know. But I guess you still level up the Masteries, Mastery cores, because I'm sure they divide it so that there's at least 2 useful skills and then, or 1 useful skill in every single Mastery, so you still have to level them up. But I believe Corsairs don't level up their Battleship Nautilus yet, right? So if you need a Mastery core, you probably have to make some new boost nodes. But I'm sure your class Discord, oh, it's like, oh, extra cannon. Oh no, it's like 15 million more extra cannons. They were boosting it in 5th job, but it doesn't give the passive damage like a Buck, like they get for Buck, right? I remember from my Cannoneer I had to add it last time because they added Nautilus into our 2nd Mastery Core, I believe, because there was another useful skill in there, so they had to level it. And then the Cannoneer with the best rainbow skill. Look at this thing. But wait, there's more. There's also this one with even more laserage going on. They added another laser to the bottom of the... Because what's better than 3 lasers? Fucking 4 lasers. That's what, dude. Actually, no, there's one on top as well. There's 6 lasers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lasers. I can count. So basically, this stacks... every 90 seconds, you will build a stack of cannon damage stuff. And if you use it with the down arrow key, you can consume up to 2 stacks of the skill to do a big cannon every 180 seconds, basically, because you get 1 stack every 90 seconds. So if you want a DPM, you just use the small one, quote unquote, this one. That'll deal 1800% damage 5 times and up to 10 enemies for 10 seconds. And if you want to use the big one on a 3-minute, like with a Roar, for example, for the bigger bosses, then that one will deal 2000% damage 10 times up to 10 enemies. So it's more than double the damage, and might help you in a DPS as well if you're playing together with a 3-minute party and you want to synchronize your burst with them instead of playing completely solo on DPM. So that gives you extra options. And on top of that, also increases Cannon Buster 6's damage by 120 percent points. Big. I love it. Nice. Huge. Then you have the support Monkey Twins, just more damage on the monkeys. Monkey Fury is interesting. 2 new options for this one that I saw. You can click the button again and it'll automatically explode the bomb, and then things hit by the explosion will get the debuff. Because sometimes now, they already added the functionality that if you hit no target, the cooldown goes down by a lot, right? And that stays. But still, sometimes you have to fire it 2 or 3 times to get your debuff on if the boss teleports away. If it's a boss that's weird to hit, like Gloom, because the legs are kind of in the way, but they're also not visible. So, you know, you have to find a certain way to make sure you can keep hitting the debuff. Because you want a debuff. Debuff is changing from 40% extra damage to 55% extra damage instead. So that is also very nice. So 2 extra utilities on there, and more base damage on it, and it just looks way cooler. Look at that. Okay, now we go into the duders that have way more changes. Okay, let's go Cygnus. Ooh, ah, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Cygnus. Right at 2 hour mark. Beautiful. There we go. What do we have here? Blaze Wizard. Command lock feature has been added to the following skills. When you use a command lock, even if you use the skills with the down arrow key, the opposite mode skill will not be activated. Blaze Extinction, Inferno Rise, Flame Discharge, and Blazing Extinction 6. All having a lock feature option. Lock feature has been added to Spirit of Flame. When you use the command lock using the skill key will summon the Flame Fox, and using the skill with the down arrow key will summon the Fire Lion. Okay, not having to go to different modes, but just activating it differently. And being able to set your own default for the skill. Okay. Nightwalker. The Mark of Darkness duration has been increased from 5 seconds to 15. Okay, nice. And Darkness Omen damage decreased from 500 to 370. This skill changed a lot. Attack duration increased from 5 to 7. But... oh, wait. 202 reset. Cooldown has been increased from 20 seconds to 60 seconds. Feature where if Dark Elemental hits an enemy, the cooldown would be decreased has been completely removed. And the maximum number of Darkness Omens that can be summoned has been decreased from 2 to 1. So very, very different skill with this update. And improved so that the duration is displayed in the buff icon. And then Aaron. You're not a Cygnus, sir. Sir, you are not a Cygnus. Okay, then we go back up. And we check here. And then we double check here. Okay, nothing for Mihail yet. Mihail, install shield. It's even bigger now and does even more damage now. Crazy. Deadly Charge 6 has a upgraded version for it every 35 seconds. And that guy is going to deal 1/3 of the damage. Roughly. And 8 times instead of 10 times. But enemies can be hit up to 5 times by the sword slash. Enemies hit will be inflicted with a debuff for 60 seconds that increases their damage taken from all party members, including yourself, by 10%. Damage taken sounds like final damage, but it probably is just damage percent, right? When you attack, there's a 50% chance to apply blind for 10 seconds that decreases target's accuracy by 30%. But so like an extra hidden debuff that also will help the whole party. There's no icon here for the debuff, though. I don't think this is it. So another little bit of utility there for Mihail. Nice. Offensive defense. That's the shield empowerment. Royal Guard's counterattack hits an enemy. Activate the offensive defense debuff for 20 seconds on the enemy. We know what that one looks like. The Soul Light skill hit a debuffed enemy. Activate a shockwave of light from the center of the enemy hit. The offensive defense debuff will disappear from enemies hit by the shockwave of light. And the shockwave deals a 1305% damage 5 times and up to 6 enemies with reactivation of 10 seconds. Okay. Final attack. Pretty cool. Pretty straightforward. Another little effect. Soul Majesty 6 is a ginormous sword. Look at that thing. Forge a firm belief in protecting the Empress. Simp. 25-second duration, 15% damage during the skill. When Advanced Soul Shield's Royal Guard succeeds, damage reduction effect is increased by 5% points, applying additively to the damage reduction from Advanced Soul Shield. Ooh, nice. During the skill, the shield will apply offensive defenses buff. Offensive defenses shockwave of light reactivation cooldown is decreased to 2 seconds. Wait, instead of 10? Oh. And when offensive defense's shockwave of light is activated, activate an additional wave of light. Nice. Okay, nice interaction with the other skill as well. Wave of light deals 1500% damage 6 times up to 8 enemies. Cooldown of 3 minutes. Yeah, that's a bigger cooldown. All right, Soul Master. New class? No, that's the Dawn Warrior. Cosmic Burst 6. Stack in the Cosmic Orbs. Each Cosmic Orb tracks an enemy and deals 10-80% damage 4 times. If multiple Cosmic Orbs hit a single... Final damage reduced. Cooldown is decreased by 1 second per consumed Cosmic Orb. 15-second cooldown. Looks quite bigly now. And then this one is quite nice as well. Saloon Slash. Consumes a lot of MP. Deals damage. Cooldown 5 seconds. But the passive. That's what we'd like to see. Cosmic Shower of 6's damage is increased by 105% point. Cosmic Burst increased by 140. Very nice. And then we have this one with the sword cutting through... Well, through the fabric of time and space, essentially. Opening up a wormhole. Okay. Saloon Power 2. After sword slashes of sunlight and moonlight are activated, activate 12 celestial explosions that deal 860% damage 5 times and up to 8 enemies. Just more passive stuff that just goes off and just deals extra damage that you have no ownership over and you don't need to control independently just every 20 seconds. Good stuff. Extra changes to Dawn Warrior with the current Tespia upgrade. The final damage boost when Cosmic Orbs are created has been increased from 10% to 12%. From Soul Blessing 3. The critical damage boost has been increased on Sword Expert from 15 to 20%. Cosmos damage increased from 1000% to 1100%. And Saloon Power fixed an issue where MP was not consumed when the skill was activated. So that seems like across the board, base level damage for Dawn Warrior for the scaling brought up. I think we were already kind of feeling that in GMS as well, that the scaling for like super endgame Dawn Warriors probably could be a little bit improved. A little bit more love for the Dawn Warriors. So getting their critical damage, their base damage on a big skill, and a little bit of final damage up should help with their entire kit being brought more into the realm of where they want them to be, without having to, you know, mess around with the skill changes too much, but just fundamentally. Excuse me. Then we have Flame Wizard, or also called Blaze Wizard. He likes to light it up. Choking 420. Orbital Explosion 6. Whenever those skills hit an enemy 10 times, the next Orbital Flame type skill, Infinity Flame skill, Circle, or Eternity will activate an additional hit that deals 330% damage 3 times. Very nice. This skill animation changed it a little bit. Look up the old animation if you want to know why that maybe was a pretty good idea. You see I fired the Lion and Flame Fox. That's probably also why they added that the control functionality, right, for players if they want to use the different modes of that skill. Then we have the Lion right here. Boom. Inferno Rise Fire Lion. And a Inferno Rise Flame Fox. Look at him. Bam. Just exploding himself all over the map, doing damage left, right, and center. Regularly attack a skills attack an enemy. The cooldown is decreased by 0.6 seconds. So yeah, you want to be spamming the heck out of this guy. And then, what do we have? Wind Archer. No, wait, extra changes for Blaze Wizard. Infinity. Oh wait, why is Nightwalker mentioned here? Oh no, in Nightwalker we haven't seen yet. Infinity Flame Circle. A single enemy can now only be hit a maximum of 42 times by Infinity Flame Circle. After the attack limit is reached, the attack application limit will be reset after 20 seconds or if you change maps. Oh, so we can use this on Helix, right? Just go out, go back in, keep bursting. But not so much on every other boss fight. When the skill is used while Flame Fox is summoned, the number of Phoenix Feathers consumed per second is doubled, and the skill's final damage is increased by 100%. Oh, you're able to get your burst off in half the time. But with a limit of 42 hits. Okay. Interesting. Blazefish is another character where... It's definitely not bad. But I feel like you need to work pretty hard and know like exactly how everything works. Only to get like average results. Only to be like slightly above average. And I just like to see them get just like a little bit more attention, just a little bit more love. But we can see from this at least that they're not like completely neglecting them as a class, so. But yeah, we'll see if they do more for them. Wind Archer, or Windbreaker, not to be confused with the anime. Stormbringer 6, oh my god, it's a big arrow. It's a big green arrow. For 200 seconds when you attack, there's a 45% chance to summon a giant arrow that deals 1210% damage. Fairy turn 6, because everyone uses Fairy Spiral level 260 plus to train. Actually, in some maps you do. I'm just being a little bit facetious there. Monsoon 6, another really important bossing skill that will propel Wind Archer into the endgame. Well, let's be fair, Wind Archer has already gotten a lot of cool stuff that already puts them in quite a nice place. Although, I think very similar to Dawn Warrior, they kind of like take off early, so I wouldn't be surprised if they need like a little bit of endgame scaling. But I seem to be getting mainly mobbing skills here, except for this one, Stormwind 6. For 30 seconds when you attack, there's 30% for an additional Fierce Spirit energy to appear, dealing 935% damage. Not too many cooldown, extra burst amplifier here. But what is this? A new skill. Anemoi? Not sure how to say that one. There's a lady that gets summoned that swishes and flicks her wand and gives you some extra damage. Anima appears and deals 1733% damage 15 times and up to 12 enemies. Afterwards, for 20 seconds, she attacks periodically, dealing 1879% damage 10 times and up to 10 enemies on a 1-minute cooldown. Maybe that's enough, you know, that like a little extra damage from that. Maybe that keeps her up to speed with everything. Extra little damage. Nightwalker with extra note here as well to Dark Omen. Darkness Omen 6. Fix an issue where if summon duration increasing effects were applied, the skill effect appeared awkwardly. And while Shadow Bats is applied, the skill will now summon a weakened Bat Swarm for 60 seconds. It deals 300% damage 2 times up to 6 enemies every 1.5 seconds. 6/6, every 0.3. For every 3 enemies hit, summon 1 Shadow Bat and Ravenous Bat. Only 1 can be summoned on the map with a 60-second cooldown. Yeah, so this skill, because of the activation into Darkness Omen 6, the base skill has changed quite a lot to make the Hexa version of it work. And then we have Dominion 6, who does not like coloring in the lines, in between lines, but likes coloring outside of the lines. It just has a bunch of effects going on in the background. This is still so cool, dude. Little particles flying around. Oh! So cool. Okay. As you attack when you use skills that throw stars. As a Nightwalker? Mark of Darkness can be stacked to a maximum number. Shadow Bats and Ravenous Bats maximum summon limit will be increased by 3, and Bats will be summoned continuously during this skill. Gain 20% final damage, 100% critical rate. Shadow Momentum's inertia is maintained at the maximum value, and its duration is refreshed after Dominion ends. 3-minute cooldowns. Insane. No passive buffers here on any of the 6th for Nightwalker. So, I mean, it's probably fair. Nightwalker is performing extremely well, so. Abyssal Darkness. When you use skills on 12 enemies. Abyssal Strike, 427. The damage is increased proportionally. Huh, that's almost like another final attack type thingy. Cool. But it's all going off passively, so you don't have to worry about it too much. Striker, that is the Thunderbreaker. Are they going to get some love? I heard for Thunderbreaker this might be a pretty good update. Let's see. Can be used when you have 2 or more lightning charge buffs. Consume all of the accumulated lightning charge buffs to deal 831% damage 5 times and up to 8 enemies. The skills use 1 lightning charge buff a stack to the maximum number. The damage is increased by 250% points. So you buff for 95 seconds, increase your damage by 3% per consumed lightning charge buff. However, this skill cannot activate the lightning charge buff. Otherwise, you'd be endless, infinite money glitch, right? It's Leviosa, not Leviosa. And then we have the... Okay, so far I'm not... I mean, this is probably just nice extra damage, but so far I'm not really seeing huge TB stuff. I mean, buffing your iframe is kind of insulting, to be honest. More damage on your 45-second cooldown iframe, okay. Sea Wave, okay. The skill that didn't provide any kind of problems for the class whatsoever and has always worked exactly as intended. Passive effect, Annihilate 6's damage increased by 47% points. Okay, now we're talking, that's nice. And an extra skill, Sea God Rigid Body. When a linked skill hits an enemy, it creates a shield for 2 seconds that blocks damage equal to 4% max HP. You might say 2 seconds, that's very short, and 4%, that's not that big. But the shield can stack up to 15% max HP, and 25% plus 50 of the current shield will disappear every second. So, since you're constantly chaining, this shield will pretty much be up 25-8. Very similar to the Cadena shield if you are constantly chaining and linking and dashing all over the place and cooldown reductioning and bossing properly. So a little bit of extra survivability to take some hits that you might otherwise dodge, and a way for some passive damage, like, you know, let's say that you're doing like Vihela or something and there's some poison damage going around. A lot of the poison damage will just tick into your shield constantly instead of ticking into your actual HP if you play it well. Then, this does not look like a Cygnus, so we are going back up to the top. Yep, and we are going to Aaron. We are going to over here and check if there was anything here for the legends. Legends? Do we call them that? The heroes, right? The heroes. 2 was like 17. Now I have to do math. 1450. 2, 16, 50. Heroes. First we have Aran. Skill effect has been changed for Frozen Ground. Okay, it's still ground that's frozen, but I appreciate it. Ice Wave, when you have not learned Adrenaline Maximum, skill name will be changed to Adrenaline Boost Ice Wave. When you have learned the Adrenaline Maximum, the name will be changed to Adrenaline Maximum Ice Wave. Golden Flash, skill name has been changed to Adrenaline Maximum Golden Flash. Okay. And the reactivation cooldown has been decreased from 1.2 seconds to 0.8. And we have some more things here. Adrenaline Boost Ice Wave has improved so that you do not become in combat even when the skill is activated. When Adrenaline Boost and Adrenaline Maximum are on cooldown, the cooldown displayed on the quick slot will be changed to display Adrenaline Boost's cooldown. And they change the skill icon for some hypers. Okay. There's nothing too crazy there. Okay, now for Evan. Advanced Dragon Sparking. It's going to change to require level 10 Dragon Sparking. Sure. Frequency of the system message displayed when electric spheres could not be created has been decreased. Luminous Morning Starfall has been removed because it had very limited use as far as I know, but they gave it a really big passive so that people, you know, still like the skill as a whole. But they moved the skill passive here, so 40% final damage, 15% boss damage. Added to Twilight Nova instead. Create an explosion with the power of light and darkness. Huh, how very uncharacteristic for a Luminous. The skill will change based on Larkness mode, as you can see here. Skill is not affected by Sunfire Eclipse or Equilibrium mode's additional effects. In addition, permanently increases final damage and boss damage. Yep. Morning Starfall V-Cores have been changed into Twilight Nova V-Cores. Obviously, just a one-to-one change. Mercedes. Feature where the enemies had a chance to be stunned has been removed, and for advanced strikes as well. I think just this has to do with, like, it doesn't work on bosses anyway, and on mobs. Mobs randomly getting stunned is actually more annoying at a certain point than useful. Especially if you're trying to, like, move characters and push them around. Stunning them can actually interact poorly with that and lock them in place, and then you dash past them, and it's just a weird thing. The feature where final damage was increased on stunned enemies has been removed. as a result, but I think the base damage was increased a little bit, but we'll see. And the passive effects damage boost to Gust Dive is an increase from 237 to 245. Oh, well, there you go. There's already some of the damage increase. Phantom, skill cast effect, and hit effect has been changed for Joker. That looks quite a bit different. And that's it for the heroes. Okay, Aron. See here, Luminous, the damage for Sunfire, Twilight Nova, the damage in Sunfire is increased from 830 to 1250, and damage in Eclipse from 1250. I guess because the effects didn't go on there, they may have underestimated how much damage they had to give to the skill, so that's increased by, well, by 50%, so that's quite a lot that they added there. Okay. Frozen Ground has been flipped. Instead of frost in the air. Oh, the pole arm was like the hilt was on the ground and the blade was on the air instead of the other way around, right? Like you were freezing the sky instead of freezing the ground, kind of. Aaron, Hyper Boost and Last Stand 6. By tapping the skill key, you can attack up to 3 times. Tappity tappity tap. Can be only be used 1 time in Hyper Awakening mode, of course, the big finisher skill. Activates a whole bunch of strikes with a whole bunch of damage, a whole bunch of times on a whole bunch of enemies. Cool, every 30 seconds. Nice. Frozen Ground 6, there it is. But damn. Mass Power, summon a pole arm. Not affected by summon duration increasing effects. That's enemy is never very long. Activation command down plus attack key. 60-second duration, 30-second cooldown. Interesting. Adrenaline max 6. That's a lot of text. That's too much text. And there's too many skills to read all of that. Reaching 1,000 combat, you can use Adrenaline Boost. Activate to enter Adrenaline Boost mode for 15 seconds. Ice Storm when you use directly attacking skills. Deals damage 14 times to 12 enemies every 15 seconds. Periodically deals 900% damage 2 times up to 7 enemies. Adrenaline Boost mode, enemies with an attack 10 times. Enter Hyper Awakening mode. 5-second duration. You can use Hyper Boost and skills. When you use directly attacking skills, activate a Golden Flash every 0.8 seconds. And the Golden Flash deals 1200% damage 10 times up to 12 enemies. Activation cooldown of 3 minutes. Hyper Awakening's reactivation cooldown will be displayed as Adrenaline Boost activates border. That's a big skill. That's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there. Many words and things. Final attack. Boom. Evan. Oh my god. Evan has 10 skills. We're going to blow through this a little bit faster. Nothing really changed there. Just damage increase, I believe. I believe that's also damage, just a straight up damage increase. Electric spheres will disappear as hitting an enemy or after a certain amount of time. But yeah, all of this just cooler effect and everything. Using Mercy skill, you use Circle of Wind while using Circle of Mana or while crouching. Circle of Wind will not activate, and you can activate a fusion skill, but the MP cost will be triple. I wonder if that gives extra utility or if that already existed. Not 100% sure on Evans. I only did 215 to 220 real quick to in the Strawberry Farm, okay? Just for the Legion level. Evan is definitely underrated, but it's also not most people's playstyle, so it's understandable why not everyone is playing it. But it's definitely good, definitely a strong class. It's cool that they have just all their stuff getting buffed now, but no passive on other important skills. So it's just straight up damage increase for most of these. Magic Debris 6. Create a 1 dance magic debris around enemies hit by fusion skills. Recreation cooldown 0.4 seconds, maximum 15 when activate. 15 damage increase by 353% points per 5 magic debris. If the created magic debris is not used for a certain period of time, it will disappear. Dragon Sparking 6, 100% chance To activate Dragon Sparking, it deals 550% damage to another final attack type skill. With this, with everyone having, pretty much everyone having a final attack type skill, and they specifically mentioned this is of course for the Legion artifact system as well, where you have the final attack bonus damage in there. But I guess for most of us, unless you are activating like your last 2 artifacts in Legion Artifact, you're probably still not doing final attack, or you've already done it way earlier. It's either the one you do on like number 4 or 5, I think, or yeah, number 8 and 9. I don't think personally I have it on anything. I don't think I have the final attack. No. But yeah, eventually you get to that, right? Okie dokie. Luminous. There we go. Oh, it's a shiny new Apocalypse animation. And an Eternal Lightness. Activation cooldown of 2 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. Twilight Nova 6. New skill immediately upgraded to 6. Crazy. Activates 3 explosions, deals 1660% damage 6 times every 15 seconds. Oh, this one looks kind of cool. Oh no, active. Look at that. People had some fun. Designing that. Okay, and then Mercedes. Summon a holy unicorns to attack multiple enemies in front of you. Skill can be linked with Charge Drive, Strike, Dual Shot, Legendary Spear, Lightning Edge, and Wrath of Enlil. When you use a link skill, the cooldown is decreased by 1 second. Beautiful. Debuff for 60 seconds. Increases their damage taken by 30%. Then we have a Gust Dive 6. Very shiny. Very yellow and green. Deals 775 damage 4 times up to 6 enemies. Dual Strike. Strike Dual Shot, sorry. Dual Strike Shot. Strike Dual Shot. 1045% damage 4 times up to 5 enemies. Then we have the Elemental Knights 6. Every attack that enemy consumes 60 MP. Summon a Spirit. Up to 3 can be summoned. Look at them with their little pokey weapons. They definitely got a little bit of an upgrade there. And we have a final attack. Who would have thunk? 76% chance to activate final attack, deals 345% damage 2 times. Of course, since this is a Hurricane type class, this should help quite a bit with the... Well, it increased the burst and help with the DPM a little bit, right? Not too bad. Phantom. Whoa. Big, shiny, spinning cards. Okay. Every time Phantom's attack are a critical hit, so pretty much all of them, this is a certain chance that a card will be thrown from Phantom to attack enemies automatically. At this time, the card stack is increased by 1. 100% chance. Reverse card. Create 5 reverse cards that deal 1470% damage. Reactivation. Cooldown 5 seconds. When cards attack normal monsters, damage is increased by 150%. Not percent points, but percent. Ooh. Rose card finale. Oh, look at that. Giant rose. Activate 4 card springs that deal 410% damage 6 times on up to 15 enemies. Afterwards, the planted cards periodically deal 460% damage 2 times up to 15 enemies for 8 seconds. Massive. L'amour carte. Une carte d'amour? This says love the card. Or card love or something. You have to remember, like, French word order is opposite a lot of times. Replace carte noire with death cards that test fate. A certain number of carte noire, of noire carte, yeah, of carte noire, will be replaced with carte d'amour. While using Joker, the damage and number of cards are increased. If carte d'amour hits an enemy using damage reflect, you will not take damage. Charge 80 cards during Joker's key down, or if your own Joker buff, and use the skill, charge 160 cards, and damage is increased by 450% points. Noir cards damage increased by 30% points. Passive effect as well. And then Shade, which of course just like Aaron has received that rework very recently. Big bomb punch upgrade. Just make the mobbing a bit easier. Death Mark 6. I hope this debuff lasts longer now. Nah, 15 seconds. 54-second cooldown. But Soul Splitter's damage increased by 662 percent points. And then Spirit Knight Punch. Spirit Knight Punch. Release a spirit energy with 3 consecutive spirit punches. Consumes 30 MP per attack. By tapping the skill key, you can attack up to 3 times. Wait, this is like a new skill? You have Spirit Claw, right? This is Spirit... Oh, this is Bomb Punch. Spirit Knight Punch. Wait, this is a whole ass new skill. Deal 24 15% damage 10 times on 12 enemies. Deal 24 15 10 times on 12 enemies. Activate 8 Spirit Punches. Deal 713% damage 11 times up to 15 enemies. Enemies hit and will be stunned for 3 seconds on a 20-second cooldown. Huh. Extra skill. Interesting. Interesting. Spirit Frenzy 6. Going from butterflies to fish. Are these supposed to be fish already? They're just like spirits or something, right? Creates a veil that opens a passage for spirits to pass through. There you go. Spirits. Easy. For 45 seconds. Deals damage periodically. Up to 10 enemies. Duration will be increased by 1 second whenever you defeat a monster. Up to 15 seconds. Passive, Spirit Incarnation's damage increased by 90%, and Spirit Claw 6's damage increased by 104% points. Oh, okay. Okay, this looks decent for sure. Okay, Blaster. I just met her. Let's see here. What do we have as Resistance? 29. 29, 35, so 3, 31, 35-ish. Oh, not 3, 31, 2, 31. Blaster, here. Hammer Smash, feature version Shockwave was installed if you use a skill while charging, has been removed. Damage has been increased from 200 to 300%, and the debuff has been duration increased from 30 to 60 seconds. Huh. Probably just like simplifying the whole process here. Shockwave Punch. Shockwave has been removed. Okay, so it's just punch now. The damage has been decreased from 265 to 250, and the increased damage when attacking normal monsters has been increased from 85 to 380. Oh, they probably got Shockwave Punch 6, so they had to change the base skill for this as well. Punch, Shock, Wave bonus attack has been removed, and Punch bonus attack, Hammer Smash, and Shockwave's Punch's number of hits is increased by 2 has been added instead. Okay. Xenon, Pinpoint Rocket is gone. Now there's a new rocket system in town. Probably because 6th job is coming as well. Pinpoint Rocket first enhancement is also gone. Aegis system is gone. Pinpoint Rocket second enhancement. Pinpoint Rocket final enhancement is gone, and Rocket System final enhancement is there instead. Huh. And the V cores have been renamed appropriately. Or... yeah, appropriately, right? Well, whether it's appropriate or not, we're about to see. And in KMST, we have a lot of additional changes. Wowie. Okay. Okay, so that's all the resistance characters. So I go back up, find the resistance character here, and go to Blaster. Boom. Revolving Cannon Mastery 6. When directly attacking skill, using the Gauntlet Revolver, hits an enemy, activates an additional hit to deal 788% damage on up to 6 enemies. Final type skill. Yes, it is. Oh, I like those colors. That combination, some Gurren Lagann kind of stuff going on. There's like lightning, fire, rocks, there's coal. There's instant diamond being formed because of the pressure of the punch. Very nice. Hammer Smash 6. Enter the weak spots revealed. Voila. You can charge a skill by holding the key down. You can charge up to 2 skills at the same time. You can charge even while using other skills except Hammer Smash, and you can charge up to 2 skills at the same time. Nice. There's 1156% damage 6 times up to 8 enemies. Enemies hit will have their weak spots revealed for 60 seconds, increasing blasters' attack's final damage by 10%. And then Shockwave Punch deals 480% damage 6 times up to 6 enemies. When attacking normal monster, damage is increased by 715%, but no more Shockwave afterwards. Damn, this makes it so that you can't just no brain, 0 hands, just Shockwave Punch your way. I mean, the change of the base skill up to level 200, I think, it's more like a Wave Punch 6. It's more like just Punch 6, right? Shockwave is gone now, so it's just Punch. But it can be linked by ducking and swaying, so bobbing and weaving, and the Burning Breaker. Dude, every skill is a different name, sorry about that. Revolving Cannon 6. Create additional explosions. Consume 1 bullet when you hold down the key. Reload bullets. When you use the Magnum Punch and Double Fang, Revolving Cannon is automatically activated and deals 675% damage 4 times with 6 enemies. Boom. Should now be stronger than using the normal combo while mobbing. Gotcha. Well, because of the extra damage to normal monsters, you mean? Yeah. And then you have Hurricane Mixer 6. Alright, we're making some pina coladas. What's going on here? By utilizing weaving, ducking, and sway, create a storm that sweeps away enemies in a wide range. When the attack hits, stack combination training to the maximum number of stacks. There's no passives going on with other skills here, though, at this point. Deals 120% damage 5 times up to 12 enemies. When the attack hits an enemy, stack combination training to the maximum number of stacks with a 12-second duration. Cooldown of 10 seconds. But, wait, there's a lot more. From second test server. Second test server. Damage on Hammer Smash decreased from 200 to 150. Final damage boost on Gauntlet Mastery removed. Oh, what a great start. Wait, from 200 down to 150. Wasn't it increased to 300? Damage has been increased from 200 to 300, and then decreased from 200 to 150, but it wasn't even 200. It was 300. Huh? 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 That's interesting. The damage has been decreased from 265 to 180 on a Shockwave Punch. Ooh, that's a lot. And the increased damage when attacking normal monsters increased from 85 to 210%. Okay, so even stronger on monsters, but weaker on bosses. Hurricane Mixer, the passive effects Hammer Smash damage boost has been decreased from 195 to 150. Critical damage 5% up, and boss damage up 5% on Gauntlet Expert. Bunker Buster damage increased from 400 to 500%, and Vulcan Punch first attack damage has been increased from 1,000 to 1,200, and damage increased from 850 to 1,000. Wait, how much final damage was on the Gauntlet Mastery for the Blaster? Blaster, Gauntlet Mastery, MapleStory. It's gotta be like 10% or something. Oh boy. Oh god, we don't find the... Oh boy. Too hard to find. I'm gonna be guessing that it's at least like 10% or something. This one is a weird one though. Because the first update changes it from 200 to 300, and then the second update changes from 200 to 150. There's a little bit of a desync there. Or maybe that's a typo from Max and it's like 300 to 150. Like they they buffed it, it was like, oh no, we meant to decrease it instead or something, I don't know. Okay, next! Where was I here? Okay, we're almost through, boys. But not really, but almost. But not even remotely nearly. Battle Mage gets some cool extra stuff here. Skills that inflict the mark and summons will not activate the mark. When you activate the mark a certain number of times, activate an additional Dark Pentacle. Ooh la, spooky. With a little debuff going on there. When you teleport, consumes an additional 17 MP, deals damage. When attacking normal monsters, damage is increased. Enemies hit will be inflicted with the black mark for 30 seconds. When you attack enemies inflicted with the black mark, will inflict and deal 540% damage 4 times. When you activate the mark 15 times, activate additional Dark Pentacle, which deals 900% damage 8 times. And when the black mark and Dark Pentacle attack a boss monster, damage is increased by 20%. Oh, it's 5FD? Okay. Still a bit of a loss there. When the mark attacks, that's probably why those lower skill... Well, those buff skills were improved damage by like almost 20% to... I guess to account for that. I guess they were okay removing Blaster's DPM a little bit, but increasing their burst instead. Concentrate their damage around their burst a bit more. When the mark attacks 15 times, it will be consumed. Oh, a big swipe like that. We've seen that before. Dark Genesis Shiksu. Dark Genesis 6 Death Whip. Wow, look at that thing. Activate 6 Reaper Strikes, deal 250% damage 10 times over 15 enemies. Normal monster will be stunned for 4 seconds. Passive effect, final attack type skill. When you're directly attacking skills hit an enemy, there's an 80% chance for lightning to strike, dealing 430% damage. Dark Lightning 6's black mark damage is increased by 30% points. Cool stuff. Extra. The black mark's duration has been increased from 15 to 30 seconds on Dark Lightning. And on Abyssal Lightning, the black mark's number of attack activations has been increased from 30 to 45. Ooh. Okay, okay. Then Wild Hunter. Prage. Prage for all the cat daddies out there. I want this to work out for you guys, okay? Summon Jaguar to fight with you. Jaguar prioritizes attacking enemies that your character is attacking. You select Jaguar to use Jaguar skills. Really? Jaguar skills will prioritize attacking the boss monster with the highest HP. That's insane. Okay. Another bite, final tech type skill. When you're attacking skill that use a crossbow, hit a debuffed enemy, activate an additional attack per stack that deals 320% damage. 1 second cooldown. Get those debuffs in there, baby. Now all the machines. Assisting, you can't parade hard enough. I could try, dude. Existing hunting unit 6. Install unit for 60 seconds. After attacking for 5 seconds, it will reload for 2 seconds. After attack deals 252, 3 times up to 8 enemies. Cooldown of 8 seconds. But install for 60 seconds with a cooldown of 8 seconds. That's also interesting. Okay. So a unit that borrows that resists Jesus. Technology to fire giant drills. Sorry. If drill container hits an enemy using damage reflect, you will not take damage. Install for 60 seconds, cooldown of 30, 739% damage 10 times. No passives, too crazy stuff so far. And just final attack. Final attack type skill, 71% chance of final attack deals 650% damage. Again, this is on a Hurricane character that does a lot of hits already, so this will probably be a non-zero amount of damage added, but it's always got to be like a small part of everyone's damage, but should be a little bit extra. But no passives being dealt here, doled out. That's the word, by the Wild Hunter. Sad times. Xeon, cute new little missiles that explode doom and destruction. But look at how cute they are, though. When your own attacking skills hit an enemy, fire rockets at enemies within range. I guess they wanted to make them kind of the final attack system all in one. Fuzzy, Lot Masquerade 6. Oh, okay. So passives, damage, lobbing all the other skills into one. Fire Aegis system, fire 7 enhanced rockets, deal 585 2 times. Reactivation cooldown 2 seconds. Passive effect, Fuzzy Lot Masquerade, snipe damage increased by 46% points, and Fuzzy Lot Masquerade execute damage increased by 30% points. And then we finally have the picture from the opening for up front. With the Xenon calling out. Zap. And a girl Xenon. They exist too. Okay. Meltdown Explosion. Skills not affected by cooldown reduction effects. Deals 2,571% damage 7 times, up to 15 enemies. Enemies hit will have their defense decreased by 30% for 10 seconds. Bro, come on, make that 30 seconds or something. After skill is used, increase damage by 10% for 25 seconds. You are invincible during the cast action. What is it? Is it an iframe? Is it a debuff? Is it a self buff? It's all three, but then are you ever going to get the value of all three from one? I don't know. I don't know. Where are my Xenons at? How do you guys feel about this skill? What would you change about it? 50-second cooldown, though. Blade Dancing 6. Oh, my God. Look at that dance. It's glorious. That's a big-ass weapon. Ching. Every few seconds, a robot that projects illusions based on... Whoa, whoa, whoa. An illusion robot that looks like this? Yeah, we're gonna get a Marvel lawsuit on our hands, dude. Weren't these the... Wasn't this the little robot that got like... The little drone robot that nearly blew up the bus that Tom Holland was in? Toilet Illusion? Oh god, it does look like a... It does kind of look like a bidet, huh? It does. It look like I can't unsee it now. It looks like a toilet, 100%. Memory Dancing activates 6 strikes to deal 210% damage 7 times, up to 15 enemies. Reactivation cooldown of 10 seconds. Then Mechanic. Ooh, those explosions looking sexy. Distortion Field. For 4 seconds periodically it deals damage. Every 30 seconds it's enhanced to an intense distortion field. For 2 seconds periodically deals 40% damage 3 times and up to 8 enemies. Then explodes to deal 1900 and 90% damage 15 times and up to 8 enemies. And it does its second... does the damage faster as well, which is good because you want this to activate on a boss. So if you see this one being empowered and you almost have burst, then you probably want to hold. If the burst is still like 30 seconds away, you can still use a regular one and for DPM, but then you want to have this hit while you're bursting the boss, of course. This is a way cooler... It's like a little guy. I like that. Like flinches with his eyes, like whenever he's firing, of course, but not flinching with the eye that's protected, obviously, because you have to keep line of sight. Keep LOS, baby. No passive here. No passive so far here. When duration ends, it self-destructs. Use 825 times. Yep. Magnetic Field 6. Look at that guy. That guy's working overtime. Oh, there's passive here for Massive Fire Iron B6's second explosion damage increased by 160% points. They also will self-destruct. Yeah, 3. They probably have the same setup, right, with the 3 at the same time. Robot Factory RM1V. Oh my god, it's little jumping murder kitties. Murder bomb kitties. Or little puppies? What do you guys think? Which animal is this? This is like a cat, right? This is a cat. This is a... It's like a pug? Is this like a puppy and this is like a cat? What do you guys think? I saw Robot Factory for 98 seconds. Every 30 seconds, summon 3 toy robot that self-destruct to deal damage. It will self-destruct to deal 9 to 30% damage 5 times with 6 enemies. Oh, okay, but this is the... It's a chicken. It's a chicken. It's Pikachu. This is the only passive that comes in there. Then Demon Slayer. Wow, that skill is looking a bit bigger. Kind of looks like one of the demons from Kimetsu no Yaiba, bro. Devil May Cry 6. Instantly releases a latent power. Yes. Deals 865% damage 7 times with 15 enemies. Targets are debuffed for 60 seconds, decreasing their attack and accuracy by 20%, defense by 50%, and increasing experience acquired, and item drop rate by 20%. Cooldown of 6 seconds. Passive effect Demon Impact 6. Demon Chain's damage is increased by 550% points. What? Okay. Demon Slayer, needing buffs since never, getting them since always. Oh, we got some purple wings. Ooh, some spikes from the ground. Okay, Metamorphosis 6. You will be invincible during cast action for 3 minutes. Increase damage by 45% during the skill. Is it already 45? I feel like this is more than what it is now. During the skill, engrave the demon's mark on up to 10 enemies within a certain range. When your own directly attacking skills hit an enemy with the demon's mark, demonic power is activated that deals 1090% damage 4 times. Demonic power reactivates cooldown, reactivation cooldown, sorry. 1 second, cooldown 90 seconds. Passive effect Demon Impact 6's damage is increased by 15 percent points on this as well. This is just the Demon Chain part, but this is a Demon Impact itself. Damn, okay. Cerberus 6 with the power of the Guardian of the Underworld, blah de blah de blah, and even a bigger chomp. You do a little zigzag. Oh my god, and then there's a triple Cerberus chomp. Every 15 seconds, the skill is enhanced to Cerberus 6 Tartarian Cerberus. During Demon Awakening, it is not enhanced. Oh. Activates 4 Watcher's Rages that deal 4? That deal 410% damage 7 times and up to 10 enemies. But yeah, 4 of them. Used by 50% with an additional 50% defense, ignore rage attack, we're going to build at 50. Huh. Okay, and then we have, what the hell is that? Demonic Descent? Another new skill? Oh my god. If you didn't hyperburn a Demon Slayer, what were you doing? Pure Bloodline's power takes form and deals a powerful blow to nearby enemies. When you attack nearby enemies, it prioritizing searching for bosses with the highest HP. When you cast Nightmare... Wait, what is called Nightmare? The activation cooldown... Oh, the origin, gotcha. The reactivation cooldown is reset 1 time. During Nightmare, the reactivation cooldown is decreased. If the skill hits an enemy, using damage reflect will not take damage. When your own directly attacking skills, except common skills hit an enemy, activate 4 demonic roars that deal 1990% damage 7 times up to 8 enemies with a cooldown of 20 seconds. Okay, but then you can get multiple of them during the to boost the origin even more. Okay, the reactivation cooldown is reset 1 time. During Nightmare, the reactivation cooldown is fixed to 5 seconds instead of 20. Wow, okay, so you get a lot out of your origin by holding the time between your first and your second activation of your origin to the maximum amount of time. Interesting. And the boost to the main attack and to the chain attack on your Demon Impact as well. Then we have Demon Avenger. Oh boy, my body's ready. Okay. Moonlight Slash, our 3rd job skill, mobbing skill that somehow is still part of our kit. Yes. Swing your weapon in a circle to cut enemies around you. Well, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. 630% damage, 3 times, up to 10 enemies. Massive. Then we have Over Maximizing Exceed. Look at that. Shiny red and purple sword. What the hell? You materialize your overflowing rage in the form of Desperados. When an Exceed skill hits an enemy, a Desperado attacks enemies. As your rage deepens, the power increases and periodically the reactivation cooldown decreases. When an Exceed skill hits an enemy, create Desperados that deal 1620% damage 7 times on all enemies. Excuse me. When your current HP is 10% max HP or higher, but below 61% max HP, the reactivation cooldown is decreased by 0.3 seconds. On the basic reactivation cooldown of 6 seconds. When your current HP is lower than 10%, so basically when you're in Revenant or you have a Death Wish, the reactivation cooldown is decreased by 4 seconds. The reactivation cooldown will not be decreased below 1 second. Oh yeah, so increasing like cooldown things. I'm have to work for a little. Scarter, do I still aim for -3? Well, we should have everyone, but if for some reason someone doesn't show up, then we should be able to. We can, if we can rely. Wait, -3. Wait, oh shit, -3 for what? I have -4 for our normal Kalos and Ecaling, but that one's full, right? And then after that, I'm probably gonna go have drinks with my cousin. Is that what is that -3 about? Oh god, is it actually -3? Dude, I don't know why I put things wrong in my schedule all the time. It'll be home at -2? Oh, yeah, that'll be hard to overlap then. Rated by Zagur, Austin, Skarder, and 2 others. That's still only 5. Well, we'll see. We'll see how many people we get. Always a mystery every week. Have a good one at work, bro. And then 1,000 Swords, our mobbing skill that I can already kill. Maybe it gives passive. It does. Passive execution, 6 damage increased by 300% points, almost 295. Okay, okay. Well, I'll level it just for this, and I guess because it looks a bit cooler. Worst case, DM me? Yeah, if you've been working, yeah. Worst case, I'll DM you. Sure thing. Enhanced exceed 6. That's our passive or our final attack type skill. Yeah. When exceed hits an enemy, activate an additional attack that deals 405% damage 2 times on up to 2 enemies. Little pow. Then we are in the Nova territory. Where are we at here? Kaiser, of course, needed some love, so we can see where we are at with that. But let me check the timestamp real quick. 53. So it's about 2:55, basically. Nova. We have Kaiser. Petrified, the number of hits has been increased from 1 to 3. The skill now deals 50% increased damage when attacking normal monsters. Okay, straight up buffing that. Infernal Breath, the action delay has been decreased. Damage has been tripled. Number of hits increased from 8 to 14. And the flames damage increased from 200 to 240. Okay, that's a huge buff too. Infernal Breath Reinforced skill has been improved so that the Infernal Breath's flames are also receive the effects of the Infernal Breath Reinforce. And Infernal Breath Persist has been removed. Infernal Breath Tile Persist has been removed and replaced with Infernal Breath's Defense Ignore, which you probably won't add because IED and critical rate on individual skills on hypers are early game to early mid game at best. So most people will opt for other things like boss damage increased by 10%, something like that. Okie dokie. Then we have Cadena. Skill now instantly activates the strike if you reach the maximum number of weapon variety additional hits within 5 seconds for Chain Arts Takedown. And the strike's maximum number of enemies hit has been increased from 1 to 10. Oh. Cool. Very cool. Right. Then we scroll back down to the Nova. That looks like Nova to me. Kaiser first. Here we go. Infernal Breath 6. Just look at these animations, dude. I don't care if the damage is bad. Okay? Look at that. You got actual Charizard Godzilla just being materialized behind you. Look at that, dude. God, that's cool. I just play Kaiser as a boss mule with just skill visibility on just to be able to see this once a week. I like it. I like it a lot, okay? Kaiser's probably hoping for more or whatever. That's cool. Oh, that is it. Damage 14 times up to 15 enemies. When you use Infernal Breath 2 times, the next attack will be enhanced. Activate 4 breaths that deal 2,060% damage 8 times on up to 15 enemies. Wait, is that even better? Wait, hold up. Can I get the calculator out here? 30. Oh, it's because it's 4 times. It'll still be better. 3180 times 14. That's 44,500. And then 2060 times 8 times 4. Okay, it's more, but it's not like an insane amount more. Okay. Cooldown of 19 seconds. So like every minute you get one of the big ones and 2 of the small ones. Okay. Then we get Wing Beat 6, which is a useful skill. Get nice, cute little tornadoes here. And it also passively affects Giga Slasher 6's damage by 75% points and Draco Slasher's damage by 110% points. Very nice. Get attack up to 40 times. Non-boss monsters have a 40% chance to be slowed for 5 seconds. Damn, they should put that slow on bosses too. Bosses should also be slowed by tornadoes, bro. Come on. I don't know if he'll finish on time. Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. We'll probably have to delay a little bit. Plus, I should be having bosses with Mom after that, and then bosses with... So I'll probably just be late again, but it's whatever, dude. Well, I'm just doing my best. Petrified 6. Summon a dragon incarnation to pull in monsters from left and right, slowing them and dealing damage. If Petrified hits an enemy, using damage reflect will not take damage. Summon a dragon incarnation for 60 seconds that periodically deals 730% damage 3 times on up to 8 enemies. Non-boss monsters have 75% chance of being slowed. When attacking, normal monsters damage increased by 50% points. But it's basically just a long summon that you can just put somewhere for a whole ass minute, just kill things. And then, is there no additional changes in the last TMS for Kaisers? Keen, Dragonfang 6. Toggle. Summon for 60 seconds. Wait, don't hit some ground. He moves away from them, move closer. On-off skill. Summon for 60 seconds when Kane's directly attacking as an enemy. Enter attack mode and activate a dragon bite that tracks an enemy and deals 100% damage 4 times. After attack mode is activated, up to 7 dragon bites will be cast and then return. Oh yeah, these chomp. That's really cool activation, I think. After attack mode is activated, up to 7 dragon bites will be cast and then return. When attacking, normal monster damage increased by 50%. Up to 3 can be summoned. Attack mode activation cooldown 3 seconds. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Shaft break 6. Oh, this effect. This reminds me of that. Oh, that movie with the first contact with the aliens. Arrival. With the cephalopods or whatever they call them, with a little smoke in the air effect, you know, or like ink in the air. Fire an arrow that pierces through enemies, then collapses and explodes. Before it collapses, the arrow pulls in enemies. It sure does. So yeah, extra damage on that. Don't know if it's still worth weaving in with bossing. I guess if the boss is very far, you can still shoot them with the arrow. Probably does decent damage if you don't have any other skills that can reach them. The Possessed Shaft Break specifically, of course, looks like it has a little bit of a extra after image there. Tornado deals 151% damage 3 times up to 10 enemies continuously. Okay. Okay. Execute Phantom Blade 6. Deals 745% damage 6 times up to 4 enemies. Looking spicy. Remain Incense 6. When a possessed skill, this is the other toggle, right? Yeah, so both of the toggles are getting boosted, which is kind of nice. Possessed skill or Thanatos Ascent Area of Death activated. Create crystals for 10 seconds. The number of created changes depending on the used skill. When activated, each crystal will deal 420 damage 4 times and up to 1 enemy. When attacking, normal monster damage increases by 160%. Recreation cooldown 0.3. And Death Blessing. Oh, that's actually quite good. Have the toggles and Death Blessing. And an Assassinate skill, and a Chasing Shot. Not bad. Grant the Blessing, blah, blah, blah. Execute skills, and Shadow Steps cooldown is reset. Defeat 50 enemies, recover 5% max HP. When Death Blessing is materialized, and boss monsters recover 3% max HP. 90-second duration can stack up to 15 times. Materialized Blessing, consume 1 Death Blessing, deal 630% damage 10 times. And acquire the Merit Buff. Merit Buff for 5 seconds. Death Blessing. Execute skills final damage increased by 28% and create a 12 Malice. When an execute skill hits an enemy and materializes the blessing. Pass effect while Annihilation Malice domain is activated. Death Blessing's damage is increased by 250% points. That looks cool. He said it again. Chasing Shot 6. That's just the AoE shot that hits a bunch of, fires a bunch of arrows that chase the target. 3 from the looks of it. Sneaky sniping from across the room with a giant targeter. Back to key down 1.4, 5 shockwaves, 1 sneaky, 40 seconds. You can hold up to 1 at a time. Very useful. And then Possess Execute Sneaky Sniping. Look at that arrow, dude. I would not want to get hit by that thing. If Possess, Execute, Sneaky Sniping kills an enemy, Shadow Steps cooldown is reset. When would you use that? Practically. And Ride or Die, maybe? Maximum cooldown of 1.6 seconds. Activates 5 shockwaves every 60 seconds. There was a little bit extra here for Kane. Death Blessing skill name during Annihilation's Malice domain will be changed to Annihilation Death Blessing. Okie dokie. Then Cadena, buff every single skill in the arsenal that doesn't already have a buff. Oh my god, why is every single skill here? Look at this. Look at these crazy animations. Shotgun. Look at this. Summon slashing knife. Summon releasing bomb. Striking brick. Crazy. Generous takedown, so that one was changed quite a bit. With the extra debuff and hits and the... You could see it activating all the skills and then burn. Very, very beautiful. Professional Agent 6, because of all the animations changing, of course, individually. For 30 seconds, weapon variety's final damage boost is doubled. When an attack hits an enemy, create an explosion, deals 425% damage to 3 times up to 6 enemies. Cooldown 3 minutes. Big, get high pop. Professional Agent 6. Wow, that's just amazing. So yeah, the overall, imagining the overall DPM for Cadena going up quite a bit. And then Nova Buster, which is, you know, might not look like the other ones here, but also Nova. Supernova. Oh wait, was there? Oh yeah, something else for Cadena here. Bat first attack damage has been decreased, but hits has been increased from 8 to 12, and the other attacks as well. So lower numbers to avoid damage capping, I guess, and just more lines of damage on all of it. Okay, we'll take it, I guess. Just a little bit of damage restructuring. Supernova 6 forward Angelic Buster. Angelic deals 1114% damage 4 times up to 15 enemies. When the attack is activated on a single enemy, 18 times will disappear, 60-second cooldown. But Trinity is boosted by 146% points by this one. Look at sexy, Primal Roar, his main mobbing attack. Extra memes going on. De Capo Fettuccia. Consumes 25 MP when you directly attacking skills at an enemy. There's an 80% chance to deal 560% damage 4 times and up to 6 enemies. It's the final attack type skill, right? Easy. And now we are in the is this like the refugee classes, I guess? We'll call it the leftovers. We have 0, boosting almost every skill as well. Well, basically every skill, I guess, that wasn't already boosted, I think. Let me know, zeros in the chat. Which skill is not boosted yet after this? Flash Assaulter, Spin Cutter, including like throwing weapon, front slash, assist skill. Is Spin Cutter 6 here, Flash Assaulter 6, Throwing Weapon 6, Moonstrike 6, Pierce Thrust 6, I remember that one, Shadow Strike 6, Upper Slash 6, but no passives on any of this, Power Stomp 6, these all have slightly different names, like Shadow Rain, well Shadow Rain is looking quite a bit different. Alpha and Beta's combined ultimate attack, beta male, rains down great swords to stop all enemies' movements, and then following great sword turn it into alpha shadows, dealing fatal damage to all enemies. Smackety smack. 5-minute cooldown. Cooldown skip, baby. Let's go. Infinite Resonance. The power of transcendence shared by Alpha and Beta resonates. Every time the skill hits an enemy, they draw inspiration from each other, increasing their attack. When your own directly attacking skills hit an enemy, increases attack by 70 for 30 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. What? Is that just a 210 attack buff? What? Okay. 0 attacks. Alright, Kinesis. The other single character. Oh my god, look at... Damn, that's like the gif of that... From Family Guy, of that train going into the wall and like... and then like a little drip of blood like it going through, you know what I mean? Ultimate Train 6 for 9 seconds deals 370% damage, 605 enemies each attack. Each time the attack continues, Ultimate Train's damage is decreased by 5%. Okay. Ultimate BPM 6. This is the Let's Go emote. It's just that same. It's got that same vibe to me. Consumes 1 psychic point per activation. When psychic points are depleted, the attack will stop. When you recover psychic points to 3 or higher, the attack will resume because it's a toggle now. I remember back in the day you had to turn it on every single time if you wanted to reactivate it. Cooldown is 0.5 seconds. Let me switch real quick here. Oh, Guild Castle complete? Are you serious right now, dude? I'm gonna pick that up real quick. Which one is Guild Castle? This one? Yes. Telekinesis 6. Attack hits an enemy. 70% chance to create an otherworldly object that deals 620% damage. Oh, is this big? Where am I kinesis at? Is this like a little bit disappointing? For two, this is 2 mastery cores combined? And there's not even like any passive effect to boost any other skills or anything? Ooh. Alright, and then we get into... I would be disappointed, but that's coming from an area of... I don't even know what the classes do, like, exactly, you know? And then we have the Flora. Wait. And then Ho Young, right? And the Anima. Adele. Oh wait, I forgot to read one. Hang on. Ooh, real quick. Skill changes. Maybe there was something here. Maybe saved. Hang on. Maybe saved. Pause champ. Maybe saved. Okay, here. Telekinesis. This skill has been changed so that it is activated by all ultimate skills except for ultimate BPM. The skill has been changed so that one object will be created regardless of the number of enemies hit. Number of enemies hit when a nearby object is created. Wait, what? When an object is created, we'll now prioritize attacking the boss monster. I don't know if that's enough. And nothing here either. Adele, the skill has been improved so that if it's affected by, it is affected by a cooldown reset. If it is affected by a cooldown reset, Jesus, it cannot be reinstalled for a certain period of time, so you don't accidentally use your extra activation. That's nice. And skills now improved so the duration is displayed as a buff icon. And Soliana's Dawn will no longer activate the Hexa Enhancement Core boosted restore. Legacy Restoration, right? Okay, that's whatever. That's probably fair, yeah. Okay, too far. We've passed by the purple and blue stuff and pink stuff. There we go. Impale. Okay, Impale will look spicier. Okay. And then Resonance will look a lot spicier. Finish it with an enemy. Activate the buff for 30 seconds. Gives 10% FD and 10% ID. Yeah, the single stack. It's a lot cleaner now. I was still doing it twice. I still remember having to do it 3 times, then 2 times, and now only once. It makes more sense to not make people do unnecessary movement just to get your passive stacked. Gathering 6, and then when there's gathering, there's Bloom Blossom, whatever. Oh wow, that looks pretty. I have to do the illusion like it's spinning in all 3 dimensions, I guess. Cool. Not affected by skill. I would hope that for 6, maybe they would affect it by cooldown reset. Oh well. If a single enemy is hit by multiple Blossom Swords, Blossom final damage on that enemy will be decreased by 25%. If skill is an enemy, has 50% chance to create an Ether Crystal. Then we have Creation 6. Look at that. Everyone, when a trigger skill hits an enemy every 1.5 seconds, Ether Sword deals 1020% damage, up to 10 enemies. When this attack hits an enemy, it's 30% chance to create an Ether Crystal. Or Ether Crystal. Cooldown of half second. Territory 6 or Reign of Destruction. looking a lot different right here. How we're doing? Swimming pool. Oh, swimming pool's looking good. Looking good. Research. Nobody see this. This is not at all... can I do this one? We need 4. No, 3, 3, 4. Library 4. 3, 3, 4, 4. Oh, we need this one to 4. And then we can start the expansion on the castle, which will take forever. Forever. 7 seconds, 700% damage 4 times up to 8 enemies, but quality of life that you don't accidentally use your extra user. Marker. That's like, this is Shardbreaker, right? Crit fragments in location up to 7 enemies. Yeah, when a fragment cancel. No, I'm on the way. I'm on my way from Masteries. There's fragment locations of up to 7 enemies. When a fragment is created or exploded, they deal 2,900% damage 6 times. If the number of enemies that can be attacked is less than the maximum number of enemies hit, up to 7 fragments will be created at random locations. When enemies afflicted with Grave Proclamation, half the fragments will be created and they will deal 3,625% damage 6 times when up to 7 enemies. When the fragments shatter, up to 7 ether crystals will be created. 60-second cooldown. All right. Then we have Ilium. Oh my god. Longest double patch notes in the world. Hopefully you guys are still sticking with me, still alive, and you've seen a lot of the cool stuff that this update has to offer. Not nearly done, but we are getting there. We are getting there, dude. Summon your sturdy mechanical friend Rio. That's called Deus, right? Deus Ex and Machina, right? 270 seconds. And then, let me guess. This is X. Oh, no, that's Machina. What? Oh, that's Deus. I know the skills in this game, bro. I know the classes. Don't even give me that look. Okay, I must have already killed monsters near my level. No, we could Ursus in between, because it's really just me going in there, hitting once, making sure I have 30 bill, and then letting you guys do the boss fight. And doing that a few times. We can do that while... MP is a little bit harder, though. When the crystal moves, it will attack enemies along its path 1 time. Amazing! And then we have Deus. Requires 90 crystal. Summon Deus for 30 seconds. He's got satellites. Summon up to 5 satellites. Up to 3 satellites can be summoned in a single enemy. A satellite deals 232% damage continuously. Each satellite can attack up to 40 times. Interesting. Craft Longinus 6. Yeah, that Longinus looks insane on the animation, but of course you're going to be transparencying that, but massive. Throw the Godly Spear Longinus. Longinus flies towards the crystal that deals massive damage to all enemies in its path. However, if there is no crystal, it will fly in a straight line. True. It will just shoot out. Special. Everyone else for Ursus, by the way? Let me know in chat if you're on the way. Just cut them out of the video. Yeah, the amount of animation and extra work that would be insane. You'd have to download the entire file, look for it up in the timestamps, cut those out specifically, re-encode the entire video, and then re-upload that instead of just the direct upload. It's insane how much extra work that is. People don't realize, I think. But I know you know, but you know that I know, so that you know. So let's go. Animated Crystal. I acquire 2 crystal fragments for Craft Javelin 6 and 3 Glory Crystal fragments for Glory Wings Javelin 6. When attacking boss monsters, the damage is increased by 20% with an additional 100% critical rate. During Crystal Wings, when attacking boss monsters, damage is increased by an additional 20%. 15-second cooldown. Booms. Curse Mark Complete 6. When you hit Curse Mark targets, 800% additional damage regardless of the number of stacks. And Pass Effect Craft Javelin 6 and Craft and Shot Javelin damage increased by 30% points. Nice. And then the giant ass Longinus Zone. This animation almost doesn't do it justice. A character is like this big. This is a big skill. Activate 4 explosions deal 1530% damage on up to 12 enemies. Cooldown of 2 minutes. Kali! Oh yeah, because those still exist. Chakram Sweep. Throws giant chickens. Chakrams. Close enough. Wow, these skill animations looking... Oh, that green is so cool. Chakram Fury 6. 1076% damage 10 times with 10 enemies. 12-second cooldown. This Death Blossom is insane. Does it do anything extra? 90 seconds? I guess the damage is just increased, right? Resonate 6. Okay. I'm guessing we have everyone. Alright, cool. Let's go. My girlfriend says my spear is of adequate size. Good. It's about the girth of the size, not the length anyway. Not the length. When you use Hex skill, the summon chakra within a certain range will manifest as resonate. Yeah. The manifest resonate is 550 3 times, bounce up to 4 times. You're going to manifest 14 times. Create 10 additional resonates around you. When a single enemy is hit multiple times, the final damage is decreased by 45%. Not percent points, but 45%. And Deceiving Blade 6. Absorb the enemy's shadow to make it into your own power. When a Void skill hits... Oh, I'm dead. Oh, what about that timing on that kill, though? It's like I knew, bro. I knew! I ult, and I knew. Think about that one. Talk about buff duration increasing effects. When a void skill hits an enemy, activate a buff for 20 seconds. Ooh. Eat me. Eat me so they can catch me. When a directly used skill hits an enemy during the buff, activate an additional attack that deals 610% damage 2 times. Additional attack reactivation cooldown half a second. Nice. Look at that. Pretty. And then Arc. The most important. No, I'm just kidding. Vengeful Hate 6. Okay, that's the one that we want in there. Abyssal energy is embodied into blades. When a pending death hits an enemy, a 20% chance to leave an abyssal mark. When you use the skill within a certain range, the marks will activate and deal 935% damage 8 times up to 8 enemies. Up to 12 marks can be created and maximum duration of 20 seconds. And when you use auto mode, up to 8 marks can be activated. So that's the one where you want to... Dude, perfectly timed again. Holy... where if you manual it, you can get, do 2/3, 3 seconds of the damage, basically 50% more damage. But that mostly only works on completely stationary bosses. If the bosses even like teleport or move just a little bit, it's very easy to lose some of your damage or even all of your damage. So I prefer auto move right now. Maybe with the auto buffing, with the what was it, skill sequence, with that functionality, maybe I'll be more inclined to auto it, but we'll see if that's there's definitely certain situations like Culvert, maybe Kalos, like certain bosses that when you're just bursting them down for 20-30 seconds and they're just really not moving from their location, there's definitely a lot of value in doing manual activation. But yeah, the possible loss of damage is huge, and the upside is also huge. So a little bit high risk, high reward kind of thing. And then of course we get our bind buffed, because why impending death? Why our main damaging skill when you can also just buff our bind? Cool. More explosions at the end with a little bit more damage. Endless Agony though. Endless Agony is a very nice addition to the squad. We got a big ol' duder here with his final attack, smacking. 3-second cooldown, one of the longer ones now. Which with pros and cons. When it ends, you get the giant activation at the end. I would hope that the logic stays the same that Korea has right now that we don't have yet with the extra activation at the end. Or I believe we don't have it yet, actually. Haven't had it happen yet, but when you get stunned or sealed by something, that the final activation just happens immediately instead of just fizzing out, instead of fizzling, fuzzing, disappearing. And a heal on the last one like normal. And then we have Endless Nightmare and Endless Dream. Of course, the main attack in dark mode and the sometimes available attack in Flora mode. And Endless Dream does damage up. The HP recovery is still on there. If you link a skill, you can use it with an arrow key. Even if you link a skill, you can use it with the arrow key to move. I always forget that. And then we have Laura. MPE. If you guys can form a full... No, you guys are 5 people, right? Can you guys carry me through one? Can I AFK in someone's... Brother, did I not just click it? Why do I have to do it twice? Carry me, boys. Then we have Lara. Consumed Dragon Vein Absorption. Okay. Activate Absorption skill. So there's a little bit passive here. Extra Eruption skills. Final damage increased by 20%. That's actually quite massive. Okay. And then Absorption of River Puddle Douse. Absorption Fierce Wind. And Absorption Sunlit Grain. You can see the animations here. This one's so cute. With a little debuff as well. Wake Up Call 6. Temporal energy is created based on a number of enemies in range with a minimum of 7 to a maximum of 12. Each enemy deals 50% damage 4 times. If single enemy is hit multiple times. Decrease final damage, 15-second duration. Cooldown, sorry. Passive effect, Eruption and Absorption skills final damage is increased by another 15%. Damn. And it's separate sources, so it'll multiplicatively stack on top of each other as well. That is nice. Oh wait, Lara in what was the time? 1:22 or something? What did these guys call it again? Anima. There you go. I was like, there's gotta be one more group. And then we have Ho Young, last and maybe least, we'll see. Talisman Clone. Okay, that's a good 1-2 buff. For 200 seconds when you attack, creates 3 clones. Each clone deals 386% damage 4 times. When attacking normal monsters, the damage is increased by 20%. After clones are created, they cannot be recreated for the next 1.5 seconds. Talisman Seeking Ghost Flame. Oh, it's actually smashing down with some kind of battering hammer or club or something. Crazy, okay. Then Vortex, okay. It hits an enemy, absorb 1 essence. You can absorb up to 9 essences. When boss monsters are hit, absorb 3 times the essence. If you reuse the skill, the vortex will disappear and you will heal your party members' HP and MP by 5% per essence. Huh. 45% HP MP heal by Wow. Ho Young utility. I never thought I'd see the day. That's crazy. Wow, new support, boys. Butterfly Dream. Final damage increased by 10%. And when you attack, summon 5 butterflies to deal 285. Wait, is that 10% FD? Is that already part of Butterfly Dream? However, after butterflies are created, they cannot be recreated for the next 1 second. Where are my Ho Youngs at? Is that 10% FD already in there? Otherwise, that's just like a passive. Butterfly Dream. MapleStory. Imagine having a relevant stream so people actually be in the chat who can answer these things. Maple Wiki Fandom. That's still the old one, right? yeah, that's still the old one. The old one still pops up first. If it even does. Oh my god, it's a fucking... It's not even a skill. Oh no, it does get final damage already. Okay, rip. People play Ho Young? Some people do, okay. Alright, and then there are skill error fixes. Fixing issues where certain skills were not preserved when clearing on Azimuth Canyon. That's the third dungeon. There we go. I was about to say Abyss, Canyon, something like that. Were preserved until changing maps. Okay. Ice Lightning remained effective to free sex were due. Serpent Stone. Summons will not start attacking when you use Fusillade. Finish where bullets attack was not applied to Rapid Fire 6's Wildfire mode. Good fix. You could cast Spirit Jump twice. Okay. Okay, skill descriptions, transparency stuff, appearances, 0 advanced throw weapon fixing. Something would be displayed in the opposite direction to other characters. Okay, minor stuff, gathering, fixing recreation, gathering, enhancement course level 20 was not applied. Okay. Good fix. Not displayed properly, looked weird. Fixation where you cannot create free dragon veins in towns. Okay. And then new mastery cores. Oh my god. Still changes to the new mastery cores. I thought I had it all combined, guys. I did my best, okay? Extra new mastery core changes on top of that. Goddamn. So I would have had to filter that through and scroll through this one with every single change as well. Oh my god, we need a timestamp for each one of these as well. Explorers. Here we go, dude. The amount of timestamps in this video is insane. But okay. Would it be better to have higher CP or higher attack power increase when we wear our gears? Neither one is representative of how strong you're getting. What you're trying to get to is how strong you're going to be. Neither one will tell you if you're getting stronger or by how much, sadly. If all else stays the same and your attack power and your CP go up, you'll probably do more damage, but probably only in certain situations and not in all. So it's the best thing to just not look at those numbers at all and just know where damage comes from instead. You can check the hyperstat video, for example. That goes into detail more in like where does damage come from and how can you get damage on your character rather than trying to look at range and CP, because it's just not good numbers. Arblade 6, the time required to link the final blade has been decreased by about 33%, damage increased by about 70%, and skill description changed. Final action delay of final blade decreased by about 11%, damage increased by about 100%. Furious Edge, damage increased by about 100%. Attack interval has been decreased by about 36%. Okay. Oh, that's a bonus as well, because it hits a third more often. Fixing an issue where the stacks increased every time Aura Blade 6, and Final Blade 6 attack hit an enemy. Okay. Fixing an issue where the skill behaved differently than intended and was created in other places than the place that certain enemies were hit. Okay. And then Final Attack 6, the skill has been changed to prioritizing activating on the boss monster with the highest max HP ofs, and changing skill description. Sanctuary, damage has been decreased from 316 to 237. Passive effects blast, 6 damage boost has been decreased from 91% points to 80% points. Skill now also increases Divine Judgment 6's damage by 410% points. Okay, so they're just dividing where the damage comes from. Fix an issue where you could be knocked back by enemy attacks during the cast action. Okay. And fix an issue where the party members bonded with Holy Unity did not cast Sanctuary 6. Oh, okay. Good afternoon, my fellow nerds. What's up, Johnny? Rising Justice damage has been increased from 773 to 1060 even more, and fixing an issue with certain skill cast action were cancelled when this skill activated. Okay. Dark Knight will display in a battle analysis system. Description change will display in battle analysis system. Fix an issue where the skill could not be used during Fierce Cyclone. Okay. Fire Poison. Description changed. Fervent Drain was not activated. Okay. Explosion was explosion did not apply DOT. That's kind of what it read like to me, that it wouldn't do the DOT. But okay, so it's good that it still explodes and still does a DOT. So it's exclusively one for bobbing, one for bossing. No big downside that you really have to care about. Okay, fix an issue where explosion modes, the number of skill usages was applied incorrectly. Okay. And the point at which you teleport after skill has been decreased for Meteor. I think they did that for the other 2 skills as well. Ice Lightning Mage, Lightning Sphere, action delay decreased by 34%. Nice. Bishop, fix an issue where the Holy Relic was not created when a skill was used at the edge of a map. Gotcha. The duration has been increased from 60 seconds to 90 seconds, which where you could use the skill in the air. They don't like that. How dare you use magical spirit energy while not firmly with your feet planted on the ground, bro. The debuff for the longest duration will be applied first among the Angel's Touch and the Holy Relics debuff. And the debuff will be applied first over Angelic Touch. Oh, Angel's Touch? That's this one, yeah. Longest duration. Gotcha. Skill description change. Point where you can teleport after Genesis. And action delay decreased by about 4%. Phoenix would not attack when used a directly attacking skill sometime. Skill effect changed. And fixed an issue where the system message was... Okay, but so that's still not enough probably for extra quiver right now. Those people are still looking for extra changes on that. Next week, fingers crossed. Next Thursday, probably Friday for us, probably Saturday for me. Reading it for you guys at the earliest. Freezer 6 and uploaded and everything might already be Sunday. You know, delays. You know how it works. Freezer 6 damage decrease from 550 to 480. Number of hits has been 4 to 3, also decreased then. And the passive effects ultimate sniping 6 damage boost has been increased from 90% points to 92% points. Okay, so didn't want to add too much extra damage to the freezer and just add it to the snipe instead. Pathfinder, the 3rd Mastery Core name has been changed. Okay. Cooldown for combo assault from 20 down to 15 seconds for the regular and the D, the deluge. No, for all of them. Attack damage increased quite a bit. Number of hits increased quite a bit. Bow attack number of enemies hit increased. Oh, big readjustment on the combo assault skill. Okay. At least on the blast one. Break materialize, fix an issue. Okay. Night Lord. Maximum number of enemies hit on Dark Flare has been increased from 3 to 5. Nice. So you can rely on it more to kill monsters in a certain area. Description. You now use 4 seasons in the air again. Darkness Shuriken damage increased. The duration has been decreased. Okay, gotcha. Fixed an issue where the skill was affected by cooldown, reset, and duration increasing effects. Fiction where you would take damage if the skill hit an enemy using damage reflect. Fiction where the skill's attack was not applied to boss rod monsters. Darkness Shuriken will no longer disappear when you revive after dying. Fiction issue where the duration increased with Solya's Dusk hit an enemy. Okay. Shatterer. Flare, same change. And Cover Shadow has been changed so that after casting Smokescreen, the first directly attacking skill that hits an enemy while in Dark Side inside Smokescreen's range will enhance this skill to Shadow Edge. Right, where it does more damage because of you being in Dark Side. Dual Blade. All must die. Reactivation cooldown is decreased from 3 seconds to 1 second. Okay. Dual Blade. Eaten well. Nom 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 nom. Skill will consume Karma Blade's Blade of Karma. Fix an issue where if you die, the number of attacks required to activate it would be reset. And the feature where Final Cut's cooldown was decreased by a certain percentage with the skill has been removed. The skill description has been changed. Wait. We already read that, didn't we? I think it was added to the other one. Superstone 6. Cast effect sometimes awkward time. Action delay has been... The action delay on Hook Bomber 6 has been increased by about 86%. Oh, wait. Did they forget to add any action delay there? Or they barely add any? You could just like weave it in without doing anything. Corsair. Quick draw will no longer activate 2 times from enhanced headshots. Quick draw's final damage boost will now be applied to all of enhanced headshots attacks. Oh. And at the weapon attack will be added. Skill description changes. Can I shoot a rolling rainbow? Please don't fuck it up. Please don't fuck it up. Please don't fuck it up. Fix an issue where the cooldown was not displayed. Fix an issue where the skill did not apply cooldown reduction effects. Fix an issue where the max cannon rainbow number of hits was displayed incorrectly. And just skill description. Okay. Mihail. Offensive defense damage increased from 1305 to 1365. And damage increase on Soul Majesty from 1495 to 1585. Oh, okay. Dawn Warrior. Saloon Slash. Damage was decreased from 105 percent points to 70. Passive effects of Cosmic Burst 6. Damage was decreased from 140 to 105. Damn, maybe they overshot this one a little bit because of the extra final damage and critical damage that they gave. Although that was only like 2% and 5%. Fix an issue where sometimes the passive damage boost was not applied properly. Oh, okay. Maybe that was maybe they overshot this because the passive damage wasn't applying properly all the time. And then now that they fixed that, maybe the damage came out a little bit high. Maybe they overcorrected for it without realizing. Damage increased by 10% points. Yes, on Soluna Power 2. Blaze Wizard. Final damage reduction application. Base damage increase 540 to 725, 770 to 1035. Okay. On the Phoenix Drive. Fix an issue where hyper passive skills were not applied. Damn, they're just every corner trying to mess up the Blaze Wizards. Oh wait, we're already at the Mihails. Timestamp. Timestampage. 39ish. There we go. So that's why usually I don't really work with the with doing those in the moment so that I can just keep reading and speed it up a little bit. It slows down a little bit by having to do that, but I understand people wanting on very long videos, especially wanting some timestamps. Although since the video is so long, many people won't even click the video, but you know. For the people that do, and the people who are watching, I appreciate you. Thumbs up to you. I'll give you a thumbs up right now. See, that's how it works. I like it. Comment and subscribe to you. Wind Archer attack range increased by about 5% on Monsoon. Okay, I guess you hit more monsters when mobbing. Wait, did I read? Oh no, I didn't read this part yet. Sorry. Damage when Fire Line is summoned has been decreased from 710 to 500. The skill now deals 110% points increased damage when attacking normal monsters. And damage when Flame Fox is summoned has been decreased from 1095 to 1045. The Fox's Mischief additional hits damage has been decreased from 3100 to 3070. Okay, I guess they found that this skill was overperforming a little bit on bosses, but they wanted to have it still do decent damage to regular monsters. Okay. The Great Spirit Transparency on-off feature has been added. Okay, so you can toggle that one off so you don't have to have your visibility discounted. Okay, Darkness Omen. Is that performing well, or do they need to change additional thing? If summon duration increasing effects were applied, the skill effect appeared awkwardly. I feel like I already heard that one. Fiction where the skill effect and attack range were different if used while moving. Oh. While Shadow Bats is applied, this skill will now summon a weakened Bat Swarm for 60 seconds. Okay, we already read that one as well. Okay, so that's already in there. And Abyssal Darkness, a little bit of change. Thunderbreaker fixed an issue where the cooldown buff icon was displayed awkwardly. See if it show like a second job skill. Damage has been increased from 620 to 1010. Attack limit applied to a single enemy was been decreased from 2 to 1. I guess it's better for mobbing, worse for bossing? Because the damage is dealt instantly, right? So that you don't have to wait for a second pass of the sea wave to hit the monster? Or if the monsters are big enough, does it hit it multiple times on one single pass? I'm trying to visualize it. Aaron, we are at the heroes. Boom, boom, 141. So that puts me 343. might have been rounding on my timestamps quite a bit. Because some of these don't look accurate. But it should be accurate-ish, okay? Definitely help you. Reinforce. Oh, so the hyper stats, the hyper skills, sorry. Passive hyper skills activation on these skills. Proves that you do not become in combat when the skill is... Oh, yeah. I think we read that part somewhere as well. Yeah. Yes, Big Daddy King, yeah. Evan... Skill description. Fixing over the second text range was smaller than intended. After the change, the second text range has been increased by about 8%. Okay. That's crazy how there's only this little bit of a change to 10 skill, so they must have hit... Still that Apocalypse 6 damage increased from 652 to 768, and Lockness Gauge increase when cast has been increased by about 21%. Okay. Okay. Eternal Lightness damage has been increased by from 1580 to decreased, sorry, from 1580 to 1355, but number of hits increased from 5 to 7. So total change from about 7,900% to 10,000? No. 7,900 to 9,400, 9,500 pretty much, right? 9,495, I think. No, 9,485. There you go. Damage and Sunfire was decreased from 2496 to 1630, but 3 hits. 2496 to 16. They're really moving this Twilight Nova new skill around a lot. They're throwing it all over the place, doing a bunch of new things with it. But in general, it seems like the damage numbers, they're addressing it and throwing it up to try to give some love to Luminous. So fingers crossed for you guys. Hopefully you guys get some cool stuff here. Maybe one day I'll be in the Luminous Discord and be happy with you guys together. Number of hits in equilibrium has increased from 6 to 7. Number of explosions in equilibrium has increased from 3 to 4. And skill description changed. Okay, gotcha. Mercedes, fixed. Damage is decreased from 1045 to 890. The skill now increases Ishtar's Ring 6's damage by 20% points. And number of enemies hit being increased from 5 to 8. Okay, I guess, you know, can never go wrong with a little bit of Ishtar Ring damage, right? Elemental Knight's damage decreased from 650 to 325. Attack interval decreased from 4 seconds to 2. Okay, so just they hit half as hard but attack twice as often. Resummon cooldown has been decreased from 80 seconds to 10 seconds. Oh, that's a huge difference. So you can very quickly have all 3 of them up and keep them up the whole time rather than having to wait super long to stack them. Okay, that's good quality of life. Phantom, fixing your effect, you would take damage. Please don't. Cooldown increased on Carte d'Amour from 60 seconds to 75. Fixed the issue where sometimes you could use more Amour cartes than the number of cartes that were charged. Research range for nearby enemies when the targeted enemy disappears has been increased by about 77%. Okay. 75 seconds. Why do that? 75. Why are we working on 75 seconds still? And then Shade, Bomb Punch 6, fixation for second and third attack did not have increased damage when attacking normal monsters. Okay, oopsie. Fixation for third attack damage was displayed incorrectly. And we are on the resistance characters. Okay, 140, 347, 10. There we go. Damage decreased on Rogue Anniversary 6 from 788 to 700. Damn. And they took that FD away as well. Hammer Smash, another change. Damage decreased from 1156 to 477. Fixed an issue where certain skill effects were not affected by transparency options. This skill now increases Magnum Punch 6's damage by 85% points and Double Fang 6's damage by 70% points. I think in general it's probably a good thing to not just add flat damage to the existing skills in the Masteries, but like just increase their damage a little bit, but also give them synergy with other things just so there's more value for the Mastery for the entire character rather than people just kind of like leaving the Masteries to the side. Like any kind of Masteries that you make on a character, they should not be... I feel like it shouldn't be optional, like, oh, you don't actually need that one, like it barely does anything. Then why have it, right? It should be good enough that it impacts your base damage, that you should want it, and that it be useful for you. Shockwave Punch 6, the damage has been decreased from 480 to 315. Damage boost on attacking normal monsters has been decreased from 715% to 380%. Those numbers seemed kind of weird. That's a big downgrade again, though. I mean, these are... I feel like the skill hits probably hard enough, so... Oh, thanks, Aku. I already answered that, though. Battle Mage, support damage decreased from 270 to 200. Black Mark's number of activations increased from 15 to 30. And fix an issue where Dark Pentacles number of hits was displayed incorrectly. Fix an issue where Final Tick did not activate while in the air. Bro, Black Mages are acrobats. Otherwise, debuff effect has been fixed. Damn, that was it for Wild Hunters. Sorry, boys. Photon Ray could not be fired without a firing action. Mechanic. Issue. Awkward. Awkward, awkward, awkward. Okay. Demon. Okay. Nerfs? After using Devil Cry, if you use Devil Cry 6 while it is still on cooldown, the previous cooldown will now be maintained. Okay. Metamorphosis 6. Duration has been increased from 180 seconds to 184. You would expect them to lower it because of skill cooldown that everyone has. Okay, cooldown has been increased from 90 seconds to 92. Debuff effect has been fixed. I guess it's a cooldown change on the usage, so an iframe slight nerf then as well. If you remember for 6 while it is still on cooldown, previous cooldown, okay. It's weird, the extra 2 and 4 seconds. I'm not sure why. That's a little weird. Cerberus, enemy displays Cerberus is going to be registered in the buff bookmarks. Cool beans. Demon Avenger, please. Damage has been... Dude, how can you be off by so much? Oh yeah, damage has been increased on Moonlight Slash from 630 to 1143. Bro, that's basically doubling it. How could you be off by that much? Over maximizing exceed. Oh, the damage has been increased from 1620% to 2400%. Fix an issue where sometimes the cooldown reduction feature was applied abnormally. Ah, okay, okay. So for this one, it's because that there were like extra ones of them. So they have this damage based on how often it activated, but it activated too many times, so they have to increase the damage. Like then it makes sense that you're off by quite a bit. But how can you be off by like 500? Yeah, is this going to be our bossing skill now? Please no. Nova. 350. This is a long ass video. Almost 4 hours based. Let's see. Infernal Breath. The morph gauge boost when ultimate Infernal Breath hits an enemy has been increased from 8 to 10 to anything that increases the morph gauge boost for Kaisers. Please do it. Finish around consumed MP multiple times. Okay. Kane. Fix an issue where the required skill was applied incorrectly. Okay. Fix an issue where if you summoned Scratching Claw 6 while using this skill, summon Cutting Scimitar 6's cast action was not cancelled. Fix that. And summon Beating Needle Bat 6. Oh, we already read this one, I think, right? Yeah, all the damage decreased, but all the number of hits increased. Fix an issue where sometimes the third attack did not activate. Okay, that's pretty big, but it's pretty important. Skill effect changed on the shotgun. Okay, a little bit more of a... Instead of just like 3 individual hits, it's more like one cloud of damage. Skill effect for the brick has also been changed. It's really like a runaway brick that you're whipping. Okay. Angelic Buster stun rate has been increased from 90 to 93%. Okay, just make it 100, or just... If it's not 100%, it's 50%, bro. Come on. Fix an issue where you could not use Trinity when casting action. And okay. Cool. And now we're at 0. Throwing weapon damage decreased by a little bit, but hits increased, so that's a net positive on the damage. Fixing issue where assists. Trying to discuss something someone would be using. Okay. Okay, that's just a little bit of functionality change. Fixing where you could not use burst step to the left or right after immediately using this skill. Oh. Huh. Upper slash damage decrease. Skill now increases everything else that the character has. Okay. Moonstrike damage decrease, but increases everything else. Again, adding more value just to the Mastery core itself. Instead of... They probably had some people just like skipping things or finding that certain Mastery cores were just like completely useless. Or generally useless because they only buff things that they didn't need buffed. But they want everyone to use the fragments, so they probably readjusted because of that. Previously rest damage decreased, Shadow Strike damage decreased, and slash by quite a bit. Damn, I knew it. I knew that 70 was too good to be true. Times 3, 210 attack. Attack boost per buff stack was decreased from 70 to 45. Oh, so it goes down to 135 from 210. Rip 75 weapon attack. Okay. Well, it was fun while it lasted, which was about 4 days in a test server in Korea. Then Kinesis distance that the train is created at when cast has been decreased by about 19%. Okay, so you don't have to like jump back to cast it and then get closer to the boss again. Make sure the train is displayed in front of monsters. Oh, you're actually displaying it behind monsters now. Cool. And this skill is no longer activated by Ultimate Psychic Shot and Ultimate Psychic Shot 6. Oh, but it is activated by Psychic Ground 2 instead. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. And then... Boom, boom, boom. And... Not Nova. What is this? Flora. Almost. Awkward, awkward. We already saw this. Awkward, fix, fix. Sometimes ether crystals were not created on the Shardbreaker 6, so they added that. Cool. Ilium, change, fix. You cannot use Soul's Contract and Aeon of Creation. Okay, so they added that. Cool, cool. Kali. Fix an issue where you couldn't do a cancel on a cast action. That's good. That's good. Make sure that those combinations all work. Good thing. Good job on the test server. Everyone trying out those things and reporting that. Awkward. You could sometimes use Resonate 6 while Resonate Ultimatum was not activated. Oh, okay. Just make sure that that's straightforward. The time it takes to hit an enemy after the skill is cast has been decreased. Okay, that's very, very important because otherwise you just sometimes completely miss this. The Bristol person's duration has been decreased from 9 seconds to 8.1. But it's a 10-second bind. Pistol person's attack interval has been decreased. Oh, more damage on my bind, baby. That's going to be even worse if I forget to use my bind for damage. The skill description has been changed for Endless Nightmare. The damage has been decreased from 890 to 710 and now enhances impending death by question mark? No, Max! That's so important. It's not going to be a lot, but okay. A little bit of buff to our impending death. Yes. And again, we probably see again that there's a mastery here that people didn't really care too much about. Damage has been decreased from 900% to 720 on the endless stream. I hope this is a decent amount. Is there a link? It's in title as well, !KMS. We're looking at 2 links right now. That's the one that we're looking at right now though, yeah. And then we have Lara and Ho Young. If you guys are still with me, you're no longer young, you're now old. Blessed be your souls. Wait, I thought I already typed this. Oh, I didn't. Change. Free dragon veins will not be created at the same time dragon veins are consumed. And the butterfly enemy tracking range has been increased by about 78% on the butterflies. That's a massive increase. That's almost double, dude. That is almost double. That's crazy. That's to about 178%. Wow, we are at the end. Okay, well, I did my best to try to compile 2 huge test server notes all into one. So yeah, we have all of the quality of life stuff, and then all of the notes, and changes to the notes, and additions to the notes. Insane amount of stuff. And then next Thursday / Friday / Saturday / Sunday, whenever it comes out, whenever Max makes his huge translation, you'll probably see a bunch of other bootleg videos before then. We'll go over what actually makes it into the live server of Korea, so stay tuned for that. There might still be a whole lot of changes. There might still be additions. There might still be skills added. There might be, you know, numbers might still be tweaked. There's still a whole week of testing going on in Korean servers. They probably already have some stuff lined up right now, you know, because it's already been live for 2 days in Korea now. Pretty much 2 days. So, yeah, keep an eye on that. And that next one probably not be as long, though. We'll only go over the extra changes on top of all of these things. So we'll probably get that done in like a little bit over an hour, probably under an hour. Because it'll probably also have a lot of details on the winter event that's starting and what the rewards for that will be. And all of those animations and those shops and those items in there, which are always interesting to look at. So yeah, thanks for sticking it through. I did the whole timestamps thing at the time. If that was helpful for you, please let me know. If you don't really use those anyway, because you either watch a video or you don't, assume probably a lot of people see the length of the video and don't even try. I can't really fault you for that. It's long as hell. But yeah, hopefully it was enjoyable and you're a little bit more informed now. If you need more detailed information for your class, definitely check out your class discords. Link for that is in the Twitch chat under !class discords. That links you to my Discord where I have direct links to all the class discords. Or, yeah, no, that's it. Make sure you're join my Discord to be able to see that link work. Thanks for checking it out. See you on the next one.